Good evening. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. You are the awesome chat. I'm glad that you're here joining us tonight. It is Wednesday, May 28th. We're going to discuss the 5 most important Jets for the Jets to succeed in 2025. We'll get into that. We'll get into much more. Discord call-in night. Get the chat popping already before the show even starts. We have the return in the chat with his 6-month member super chat, the legend, Bobby Midnight. He took a nap for this show, which is crazy because I didn't even set the show up till like 10:20 tonight. Hi, my friend, and all my other friends. I hope you had a good nap. Naps equal happiness. I'm convinced that you can end terrorism overseas if you just gave them naps and air conditioners, because nobody wakes up from a nap in air conditioning and wants to blow themselves up. That's how you cure terrorism. Naps inside air conditioning. Whoever wakes up mad after that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are here. I am here. Did you have a bad day?
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow.
But don't fall asleep yet. Hang out for a little bit. I hear this is a good show.
You know what? Nick Shine is cooking, everybody. Nick is the best chef you ever met your whole life. I won't lie to you.
And Nick, I think I trust you more than anybody else right now. But you're my best. You're the nicest guy. Reach out for me. I do appreciate that too. I trust you with all my heart. I love you, buddy. Bye. Thanks.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
And for those of you who haven't been here in a minute, let me update you on what we got going on. We are in the midst right now of the wide receiver raffle. We have a Santonio Holmes full-size replica helmet. We have an Altoon and a Wesley Walker mini helmet. Their autographs are on the same helmet. And we have a Wayne Corbett mini helmet, which is still in the box. I didn't even open it yet. Now, if you are one of the people who decide to gift 5 memberships, we have a cool thing that we're doing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to triple all entries tonight. Wednesday night, wacky, wild Wednesday here. We'll triple all entries. But if you gift 5 memberships, we will spin the wheel, and you can get up to 100 raffle entries on the wheel. Minimum you can get is 18, which is tripled. So good luck to all, and you got to be in it to win it. Raffle will go off on Sunday, June 8th, but make sure you get in now. Couple milestone membership comments. We got Dixon Yass, 6-month member. Thank you, Dixon. The Panthers own this shit. Yeah, Nick Shine. I love you. You're the best. Yeah, I love you so much, Nick Shine. You're the best. Jay, 3 siblings, member for 10 months. 1 more month than I have toes, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to Jay for a milestone. Bobby, we have beef. We are taking the cat tomorrow. Nice. Boba Jet, how you been, brother? 11-month member on the channel. Thank you, Boba. Counting the days to preseason game 1. I think I saw today on the internet it's 100 days to opening day. So that would mean 103 days till the Jets play on opening Sunday. Happy belated Memorial Day, everybody. Yes, sir. Bobby, keep kicking ass. B-Man, Nick, I'm sure tonight's show will be great. Well, Boba, thank you. Thank you for your support. Awesome. Welcome, everyone here. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It's easy. Otherwise, I will give Mikey your phone number. You don't want that.
Next time, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to bother you, but I know you're going to fuck a Tommy. You're funny. I'm sick of fuck Bobby. I worry about Bobby sometimes. My parents will help Bobby up sometimes too. If we help ourselves somewhere. I don't know what's going on because his shows are stupid sometimes. Let's get me count. I do trust you next time and take care of me. Take care of me. My buddy take care of me. Okay, I love you, buddy. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Ken is here.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Ladies and gentlemen, in the Discord, the link is posted. But before we get to that, before we take any calls, I want to discuss the 5 most important Jets for this team to be successful this season. Now, we know the big names. We know the top guys. Sauce, Quinnen, Garrett, of course. But there's another cast of characters that can help this team be successful by either taking their game to another level or just playing great as a unit. The first group I want to talk about is the offensive line. It's been a very long time since the New York Jets have had a successful unit up front. It's been 15 years. There's been nice players throughout that time. But we haven't had a complete unit that could just line up, dominate, that intimidated the defense. We might have that. We saw Olu last year break out as a good pass protector. More than serviceable in the run, but he's an elite pass blocker. John Simpson showed that he can be tough, gritty. He can be the nasty guy up front that we need. Tippmann is the biggest question mark, I think, on the offensive line. Can he make that leap with a better blocking scheme? More consistency in year 2 with Simpson and Vera Tucker on the left and right of him. We haven't had continuity up front. We've had so many injuries, so many turnovers, so many guys out for the season. It would be nice to have these guys come back and take their game to another level. AVT, of course, played last year without injury. Knock on wood. Let's hope he can do that again. And we got Membu, right tackle. Nasty. I like him. I think he's going to bring an identity of what they want up front. And I think Jets fans are going to see very early on the type of player that he is, the type of mentality, the physicality that he brings up front, and the identity that Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji want to have with this team. So I'm excited to see what this line does. And we'll go as the O-line goes, whether it's the passing game or the running game. It's all going to depend on these guys up front. Stay healthy. Should be a top third of the league in offensive line play and production and pass and run blocking rates. But together as a unit, if this unit this line plays to the best of their ability, we're going to surprise a lot of people. Because when you can play well in the trenches on either side of the ball, you have a chance. We've seen pass rushes completely dominate games and win when teams don't think they're going to win. We've seen offensive lines get the better of a defense. You just keep running the ball down their throat, and they can't do a goddamn thing about it. So together, the offensive line, not being in the bottom 10, not being a question mark on this team anymore, could be the main thing that helps us become successful this season. The second thing I want to talk about, who's going to be defensive tackle number 2? We know we got Quinnen. He's not a question mark. We got Nadi for the run. But can Leonard Taylor make the jump and be a consistent, constant threat in the backfield, making plays, pressure, run game, pursuit? If Leonard Taylor can make a jump to another level where it's clear cut, he's DT number 2. And it's not because everyone else has fallen off. He just takes his game to that next level. The coaching staff figures out his strengths and they open him up and they let him just be a beast. That could really help us. We know what we have on the rest of the defensive line. DT2 is a huge concern for this team right now. We all know that a lot of people wanted another defensive tackle in the draft. We didn't get that. Maybe it's because they think they have their second defensive tackle in-house already. Let's see. You get another guy who can take his game to the next level and can create pressure from the interior, along with Will, Quinnen, JJ. More on him in a bit. Now you're sending blitzers, extra rushers. If Taylor can take his game to another level, that could really be valuable for not just the defensive line, the entire defense as a whole. Manish, you have to listen to the word if. If is very important in statements. If you listened, you'd be a dangerous chat member. Third, what's this surprise name on here? Breece Hall. If Breece Hall, as a capital I and a capital F for everyone in the chat with comprehension issues, if Breece Hall can finally be the player we've dreamt of him being, this New York Jet team is going to go to another level. If Breece Hall gets the ball 20 carries a game, we could see a really productive season out of him. We know he's going to be very good catching the ball out of the backfield. That's never been an issue. I think this scheme is going to utilize him to get him the ball in the flat, in one-on-ones, something that we've been teased with, but haven't consistently had a quarterback or an offensive coordinator go to time and time again. So if Breece Hall can be what we've all expected him to, the Jets can be more successful in 2025 than a lot of people think. Number 2, coaching. We all know how important coaching is. We all know how scheme, design, play call, timing, substitutions, when to take guys in, pull them out. Engstrand and Turner, a lot of pressure on them. You don't have a franchise quarterback. You have a guy who's coming onto his third team, 26 years old, in Justin Fields. There's always been what if around him. He's been in Chicago. They didn't have a line. They didn't have a running game. Went to Pittsburgh. He got pulled after 4-2. They didn't let him run the whole season. There's always been questions around Justin Fields. Questions within his own game and questions with the supporting cast. Now, I'm not saying we're the greatest cast, but he's never had a better running back than Breece. He's never had a better offensive line than he has right now. He has the best opportunity in his career to succeed. Can the coaches get him to an elite level? Can the coaches find a way to make Justin Fields be a very serviceable quarterback? We know he's a weapon with his legs. If they can devise a passing scheme that complements him as a threat, as a runner, we could be in a really good situation to win a few more games than people expect and be competitive. Now, one of the other bigger questions with this team, the return of Jermaine Johnson. Right now, I don't think any of us are comfortable, confident, or enthusiastic about our depth at defensive end. We have Will McDonald. We have Jermaine returning from an awful injury. And then we have questions. We have a rookie Barron. We have a guy in Clemens that a lot of people want cut. Everyone I know except Knobcraft, because he bought his jersey, wants Michael Clemens gone. There's not a lot of depth. Jermaine Johnson, if he can come back and be the player that he started off, small sample size, I know last year, but we all thought in year 3 he was going to make a jump. We all thought in year 3 he was going to be a player who could be a real leader on this team. Some people have mentioned him as even being a future captain with his motor, his mentality, his aggressiveness, his leadership skills that he shows in terms of being there for other players, hyping them up. Jermaine Johnson is a very big question mark for this team. And if he comes out early and starts wiping those questions away and dominating as a first-round defensive end in year 4 that could be really good for us. Sure, there's other questions with this team. Safety play. Who's going to be wide receiver 2? Who's going to be tight end 1? There's a lot of question marks with this team. These are some of the questions that, if answered, can really help this team get to another level. We are a young team. A lot of young players make that leap, whether it's year 2, 3, 4, or immediately, like Sauce did. There's opportunity on this team. There will be competition for playing time. The New York Jets are going to put the best players out there. I firmly believe that Aaron Glenn and his staff are going to play the best players, and they're not going to give a shit about your contract. They're not going to give a shit what checks Woody's signing and how big they are. Some people like Nate worry about big Woodies. Not Aaron Glenn. He will not care about the big checks Woody Johnson has to sign. This team has a chance to let the best players play, take them to another level. I think the coaching can be good. I think the young talent can get to another level. I think we can surprise some teams. Those are just some of the questions that I wanted to go over. And if those hit, that was for you, Mims. Listen, Mimsy. Mimsy. Shout out to South Park. And shout out to Mr. Weed. I'm just here for the food. Well, enjoy. I'm sure you have munchies, as you usually do. Thank you for the super chat. Any super chats or gifted memberships tonight of $5 or greater are tripled for your entry on the wheel. If you gift 5 memberships, you get to spin the wheel. We'll shuffle it up. We'll spin it. There is a conspiracy theory out there with Stack and others that the wheel is rigged just to come out to 24. It's been 5 straight spins of 24. Do you want to be the person to break that streak? There's one way to do it. One way, and one way only. Manish, I'm glad to see you turn yourself around. Glad to see you be positive. I'm glad to, weed, I've been saying it for days. It's not my fault you do a lot of weed and forget things. And that's how it's been like that since we started this weeks ago. It's been $5 super chats get you on the wheel. But 5 gifted memberships or a $20 super chat gets you to spin the wheel. and you can get up to 100 raffle entries. I was going to say do a lot of other drugs, but I didn't want to do that to him, Nate. That's why there was a little bit of a pause there, and I caught myself. But now you made me say it anyway because you're a dick. David D, great supporter of the channel. Thank you again, David, for the CJ Mosley autograph jersey for my son and the Joe Klecko autograph helmet. I have it right here on the desk with me. It's the first piece that I have laid out. I've been giving away pieces. My son has Jermaine Johnson autograph jersey, which we got in person. Uh, he's gotten a Sauce Gardner, a CJ Mosley, and a Braylon Allen jersey now. So we're working on getting some frames. We're going to get the Sauce and the CJ, two guys who could potentially be Hall of Famers. Sauce is on his way. Mosley, if you look at the numbers throughout his career, he's been a top 5 player at his position. Never won a lot of playoff games, but I think he could be. I'm not saying he's guaranteed. He could be a player down the road. You know, if he decides to play and goes to another team, does well another year or two, might help him. He goes to a winner, it might help him. But I want to get the Mosley and the Sauce Gardner not just framed, but also with like a an etching. What do you call it? Whatever the fuck it is, I can't even think right now. Engraved, little emblem on the bottom. Help me with the word. I'm having a fucking brain fart right now. I can't even think of the word. Nate, tell everyone what's on your mind. Oh, there you go. Hey, Nate, be you, man. If you've learned anything in this community, Nate, it's that we accept you for who you are, whether if you do weed or you think about that all day. Plaque. Thank you. I thought it was something different. Like I thought the plaque was the whole like frame. All right. Yeah, Nate typed in the wrong tab. That was obviously for Google. Some people search women. Nate searches penis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Discord, the call-in link is there. It's your night to shine, pun intended here on the Nick Shine Show. We are in the midst of the wide receiver raffle. Make sure to get your entries in for that. And the defensive line is next. I shot too big. That's what she said. I was looking for one item, either a helmet with a John Abraham and Sean Ellis together. But I even called in the great eBayer himself, Tom Ace, and he wasn't able to find one. So there are 8x10s of John Abraham autographed and Sean Ellis autographed. Would you guys be interested in a combination of the two of them? And then you can get a plaque with the both of them in there. You know, I thought since they were drafted together, came in together, played well together, I thought that would be something that I would be interested in. I don't know about you guys in the chat. So if you are someone who donates and wants to buy chances down the road for defensive line, give me your feedback. I thought that would be nice. Like if I get two 8x10s and it's a combo prize. I'm also looking at something with the sack exchange. Excuse me. And might do something with Quinnen or JJ or Will. I'll see. I don't know if there's anything together. A lot of these guys do everything individually now. Usually when you're retired, that's when you see like the combos from the guys in the past who happen to be at like an event together. But let me know. As always, chat, you drive the show. You tell me what you like. Not you, Nate. We already know. Remind everyone. It's you, Nate. You be who you be. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Jake Asman has just gifted one channel membership that went to JC, one of our Buffalo Bill fan trolls who come by. But he's not so much of a troll. He shows up. Ah, if this could have been reversed. We the people gifted a membership, ladies and gentlemen, that went to Alan. If that was reversed, if Jake gifted Alan on this show, that would have been a moment that lived in history. But we the people, thank you. Jake, thank you. So close. So close. Rick Kent with an update. I see that prick Modine is still hiding. That's not your voice. That's like how I envision evil Rick Kent. But Jake and Weed, thank you. Drunk guy running on the field at the Yankee game. How do you know he's drunk? What if he's high? I know you don't, but I had to do like a little Dr. Evil, like get a little bit of an evil voice in there with the tone of that text. You speak so eloquently, Mr. Kent. Please don't think I was being insulting. David D says, "Put me on the wheel, big boy." Thank you, David. Nick, how would you compare the skill set and play of John Abraham with what you have seen with Will McDonald from his first 2 seasons with the Jets? John Abraham was built like a chiseled man when he came into the league. Will has less of that frame, but has unique speed. John Abraham came into the league and had a very good step, but he can also get through you with power. That's what made him so good, and I think he's up there. I mean, John Abraham might be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's up there with sacks. You know, when you look at the total amount of sacks that John Abraham had in his career, which I'm going to pull for you right now. I mean, John Abraham is 13th all time with 133 and a half sacks. The people in front of him, Jared Allen, John Randall, Richard Dent, DeMarcus Ware, Terrell Suggs, Jason Taylor, Michael Strahan, Chris Dolman, Julius Peppers, Kevin Green, Reggie White, and Bruce Smith. Behind him, one sack behind him, Lawrence Taylor. So he's in elite company. I don't think it's crazy to say that John Abraham may get into the Hall of Fame one day. He's in elite company with 133 and a half sacks. But ladies and gentlemen, with David's super chat of $20, he gets to now spin the wheel. We're going to shuffle it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to spin. And we are going to see if the streak of 24 can be broken. One of the greatest shows of all time. Shout out to Jack Bauer, federal agent. Good luck, David. Let's see what you get. Oh, it's not 24. It's 20. David, thank you. You would have got 15 for that, but with the wheel, you were bumped up to 20. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Tattoo said, you know what? I want to spin on the wheel. Well, Kevin, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. They went to Anthony DeRise, Dre Data, Jets fan, The Pussy Assassin, South End Auto Detailing, Swamp Ranger. I'm sorry, what was that third name you asked? Nate's not familiar with it. Oh, The Pussy Assassin. There you go, Nate. He's always looking. You got to be on a. You got to keep a lookout for him. You got to keep a lookout. Thank you, David, and thank you, Kevin. We're going to shuffle one more time. And Kevin, we're going to spin the wheel for you, good sir. Oh, we got a big one. There you go. Kevin, you just went from 15 entries to 50. with one 5-member super chat. Thank you, sir, or gifted memberships. Forgive me. Awesome. And good luck to you, man. You're a nice guy. So, Stack? It's not rigged, Stack. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. You can take that theory, crumple it up, throw it away, and probably miss it like a Mitchell Robinson free throw. What's Nick doing after the show? Cleaning his monitor. That's what he's doing after that. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Josh Allen Avatar, with back being a shiner. We the people dropping more conspiracy theories. Gary trying to start you. You know what? I'll say this. I'm not taking any of Gary's sports takes seriously because for months I heard that Juan Soto, who's also batting 224, shout out to Jack Bauer again, was the best player to ever live. So if Gary is for somebody, it's obviously not true. Jay, obviously, Toki, smoky tonight, hallucinating. It's obviously laced. Probably got it from weed. Watch this 3-1 comeback. You know what? Enjoy. I'm a big believer in having faith. I don't want to shit on any fan who has faith in their team. Good luck to you guys. I truly mean that. Good luck to you guys. It's been a long time since the Knicks got this far. I know they haven't done well at home. The fans at home for this next game deserve to rock and celebrate and maybe will that team to victory. So, good luck, Knicks fans. I'll pull for you in the next game. Will I pull for you after that? To be determined. Very unlikely. I'll pull for you in one game. The die-hard, long-term, suffering Knicks fan, who a lot of them are Jets fans, deserve to be in an environment where hope can be restored. So I'll pull for you guys. I know the crowd's going to be ready to go. It's a very, very fun environment in New York City. Is Halliburton better than Jordan? Which Jordan? The one who's smashing Scottie Pippen's ex? Maybe. DeAndre Jordan? Definitely. Jerome bringing in the good news. You know what? Shout out to the Yankees pitching staff. Yarborough. I believe tonight was Schmidt going. They've had some guys that needed to step up. Rodon has pitched a lot better than he has in the past. You know, we know the top end. They're really good. It would have been nice to have Freed and Cole together, but they don't have that. Not till probably mid next year. So they've needed some other arms to step up. Listen, are the Angels the toughest team in the world? No. Were the Rockies the toughest team in the world? God, no. But if you're going to win 95 plus games, you got to beat the shit out of these bad teams. You have to. Deuce McAllister. Remember Deuce McAllister on the Saints, number 26, I believe? Wait a minute. If you got a bet and you want to bet, you have to share the one bet with everybody. You can't do you all know who you are. Who did you bet? What was the bet? If you're calling it out publicly, share it publicly. Alan says, sounds like Daniel's about to sign a 4-year, $94 million deal. NBA money is nuts. Who's Daniels? Help me out with that. Manish says, do you think Halliburton knocks out, should have been knocks out Mike Tyson? It depends. If one of the Paul brothers promote the match and promise Mike Tyson a bunch of money not to throw punches, maybe. Who the hell bet against Gary? Who bet against Gary? Who said, I'll bet $50 somebody else brings up Bridges? That's the worst bet in the history of the world. Very good reference. Halliburton knocked out Iraq. He can knock out Tyson. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the time he talks and I roll my eyes, but occasionally he drops a gem. I did see that Halliburton was one of 3 players all time to have 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists in a playoff game. The other 2 are Jokic and Oscar Robinson. So great players play great when it matters most. Gives a shit what he did in December. This was one of Gary's takes. And since then, both the Mets and Soto have not been the same. The day Gary made that take, been a free fall. Absolute free fall, Gary. Gary, do me a favor and say the Yankees are horrible and will never win a game yet. They'll win 120. Gary, tell us the Jets are off. Gary, can you do what Allen does? Say the Jets are going to be bad. Say the Jets are not going to win any games this year. They're going to be horrible. They're not going to be able to run the ball. They're never going to get sacks. Gary, make all of these definitive statements about how awful the Jets would be, and then we'll all make money on the over. Use your powers for good, Gary. You are blessed. Drafted 2001. David, you're making me feel old, man. I didn't think it was that long ago. Wow. It was, because in 2002, Nick's mom and I started dating in June of 2002. And in September, we went to Miami for the weekend. And we went to the Jet Dolphin game. And Ricky Williams in 02. It was his first game against the Jets as a Dolphin, and he went off. I think they beat us 30-3. The Jets had won 8 consecutive games against the Dolphins, and then I go to the game, and they get their face kicked in. No, we made Little Nick. We got married June 29th in 07. We made Little Nick around January. Yeah, around January of 08, and he was born September of 08. He was due in October. He was due October 11th, but he came out September 17th because he was, like he's doing in real life, causing some complications. Alan says, how bad is DJL? But Alan, how great is DJT? I wish there was air fryers back then. What was I supposed to say? It was supposed to be we conceived him. I was teeing off inside for the week before we got married, trying to make a baby. I'm blessed with a great son. And a great air fryer. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier in the show, we mentioned 24. Some of you know the star of that show. His name is Kiefer Sutherland. Ladies and gentlemen, we have him calling in right now. Oh, that's Reefer Sutherland. Hello, Reefer.
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I made that name especially for you because you kept mentioning 24. So you put the vibe out there. I had to react.
Got a little dry at the end, as most shows do. They milked it for too long. It took some time off, came back. But I love 24.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Towards the end, I agree. But that was a good show.
Oh, Ricky, hold on. We have Rick Kent says that says Reefer, not Reefer. Hold on. I got you. Rick Kent, what are you talking about?
There we go. much better. Wow, I didn't know I was going to get called out for grammar.
You got to be on point with Rick Kent. He is our grammarist. I just made up a word. I know he's already typing. That's not a word, Nick.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That is Reefer. You're right, Rick. You got me again. That's twice. I'm done. Hi, Ricky.
I had to wait a little bit because I didn't want to call in on my birthday, so I had to wait till the clock hit 12.
Okay. I hope you had a good birthday, sir.
Slept for most of it, so yes. As far as that goes, I guess I did.
Sounds like a good birthday, man.
However, since I did wait until after midnight to call, we are now no longer in triple digits. We are in double digits until the season starts because now it's 99 days away, not 100.
Nice.
So getting closer all the time. Man, I can't wait to.
Yeah. I mean, last year we had so many expectations. We talked about how great the roster was. Rodgers coming back. And it's never came to life.
No.
Never came to life. We got demolished in the run game in the opener. We struggled with Tennessee. We looked good against New England at the home opener on a short week. And then it fell apart. I think we lost 5 straight after that, right?
Yes. It seriously fell apart. And I think for about a day or so, I maybe had a little bit of hope, when Saleh left and he didn't leave, he got fired and Ulbrich took over. But that was very, very short-lived. And if Saleh was out of his depth as a head coach, I don't even know what Ulbrich was, because that was the worst coaching I have ever seen on the NFL level, like ever.
It's like there wasn't coaching. It was just like kind of let's kind of like you're a substitute teacher and the teacher left no lesson plan and you're like, oh, what are we gonna do? What'd you guys do yesterday? All right, let's try that. Like there was no plan.
Yeah, not only was there no plan, and it was very apparent that like those guys knew they were gone at the end of the year and they didn't care at some point. But man, when we got to that Rams game and we're like punting from like deep in our own territory, and it was just like, man, it's just like we were handing away points to the other team. Like that's when I was really done. I was just outraged.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 2/3 of the Rams' points in that game are ones that we handed them, by punting deep in our own territory. First of all, you never punt that deep in your own territory, not even once, but to do it multiple times in the same game, like that's when it became very apparent to me, like these guys just don't give a shit. Not only do they not care about, their jobs and what kind of product they're putting on the field, but they obviously don't care about us fans either, because they just weren't even trying to win.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix the mic wire. Yeah, that that's one of the games that was awful. The entire second half of Seattle was awful. Like, there's so many games and moments, long lapses of time that were just awful. But 28 touchdowns. Gives a shit. You threw 29 because you threw a pick six to Leonard Williams too. But
Right. And you know what? Of course, it would be, Leonard Williams that does that. But even prior to that, in that Texans game, former Jet linebacker Neville Hewitt had like a pick six that didn't count that got called back because of a penalty. So, like, even before the Leonard Williams, like when I saw Neville Hewitt running and making it to the end zone, I was like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!" And then for once, like something actually did go our way, and that didn't count. But why? Why is it always the former Jets? Whether it's Victor Green in a New England uniform picking us off, or like it's always our
David
former
Harris
players.
went up there too.
Yes, and
Didn't Sean Ellis go there?
No, Sean Ellis didn't, but Victor Green did. Let me see. Victor Green, David Harris, Danny Woodhead. I'm trying to think of who else left us. Well, Revis, obviously.
Yeah. Sean Ellis played for the Patriots in 2011. He did go there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Geez, I did not remember that.
All right, Nate with a super chat. Thank you, Nate. Please read Jake's comment for my friend Chris. I put it up there, but Ricky was in the middle of talking. Chris B, you are the man, from Jake Asman. Absolutely. Jake, there's not many things, and Nate, there's not many things that we all unanimously agree on in this community. But I think we will all testify that Chris B is awesome, and Chris B is indeed the man. So, Chris, thank you so much for your support, not just on this channel, on all the channels. And you're a great addition to our community, and we are lucky to have you, my friend.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I knew I remembered Sean Ellis going up there.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't remember that.
That was part of the exodus. We went to the championship back-to-back years, and then we lost Braylon Edwards, Jericho Cotchery, Brad Smith in one off season. We lost Sean Ellis. Like, we lost a lot from 2010 to 2011. Like, everything that we went all in with was gone. And we were left with Mark Sanchez, and we drafted Jeremy Curley. Woohoo! That was supposed to change things. And then next year, I think we drafted, I forget who came first. That's what she said. Devin Smith or Stephen Hill.
Stephen Hill, I believe, came before Devin Smith. But
So
yeah,
then-
there were a couple of whiffs.
Yeah, there was a few. There's been quite a few whiffs. But hopefully those days are over. Hopefully now this team has a purpose and a vision, and the general manager and the head coach are in lockstep. It's something we haven't had. We've had general manager hired, head coach hired, and it's been chaotic. I like that they came in together, they've worked together. Everything we're seeing so far from the front office and the head coach shows that they're on the same page. Shows that they have a plan. It's their plan together. It's not tug of war of who's going to get their way, who's going to win, who's got the bigger in the room. This is our vision. This is us. We are doing this together. Will that change the trajectory of the New York Jets franchise? I don't know. I can't guarantee anybody anything, but it's nice to have the general manager and the head coach who came in together, who are doing this together, who are building this together, who are picking the players together, who have their ideology and vision matching. That's rare for us.
Yes.
Other teams do it all the time and have great success, but Mr. Reefer, this is different for us. Give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I'll elaborate on that because I think it goes even further than just Muji and Glenn, and I was talking about that earlier this week. When you listen to Garrett, talking about how all the coaches are all in unison, like, everything is in unison, and how Garrett said it seems like that was very intentional. And Quinnen saying that he thinks this thing is headed in the right direction. Like, dude, like having all your coaches in lockstep, like it's they have a vision for this team, they have a common goal, and it seems like everybody is on the same page for once.
Yeah.
And
I do have an update. Stephen Hill was drafted in the second round, number 43 overall in 2012. Devin Smith was drafted second round, number 37 overall in 2015. So Hill was drafted first.
Later.
Yeah, they're both awful. I mean, Stephen Hill had that 1-2 touchdown game. I think it was against Buffalo. And then there was nothing after that. We put like 45 up. He had 4 career touchdowns. I think he had 2 of them in one game. Let's see. 2012. He had 3 touchdowns that year. Let's see if we can get his game log. Yeah. The first week, he had 5 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ended up with 21 catches, 3 touchdowns, and 252 yards on the year.
Wow.
He was inactive for 3 games. He had a great debut. His first game as a pro, 5 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. We win 48-28. We were just in the AFC Championship. We don't think we're missing a beat. And we go 6-10.
Yeah.
To be fair, we were 6-5 in games that Stephen Hill played his rookie year.
Yeah. And he was inactive for a few games, but Devin Smith was inactive for his entire career. That's like why I can never remember where he was drafted, because like we literally never saw him.
He caught a touchdown, and didn't he tear his knee on the touchdown reception? Didn't he catch a long touchdown, or maybe it was just a target, and he blew the knee out?
Yeah,
he have 2. He's got 15 catches, 248 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I didn't think it was a touchdown that when he tore his knee, but maybe it was. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
I'm looking up his first year and then his second year with us. No, he only had 1 touchdown with us. Yeah. What a shame. Then he tried to go to Dallas. Nothing panned out there.
Yeah, it's too bad.
I think it's Darius Stewart, without looking. I believe Darius Stewart was part of the Idzik 12 in 2012.
He was. Him and Chad Hansen both. We drafted both of those 2 receivers, and they were both awful.
No, I'm sorry. The Idzik 12 was 2014. Stewart is not in 2014. Stewart was a 3rd-round pick in 2017. Amounted to nothing. Surprise.
Yeah.
That whole draft, 2017, is awful.
Yeah,
awful. Jamal and Marcus, and then after that, Darius Stewart, Chad Hansen, Jordan Leggett, Dylan Donahue, Elijah McGuire, Jeremy Clark, Derek Jones. Jesus Christ. They didn't even hit on other teams. It's not like we had good players drafted and we let them go and they became something. Like, these guys were nobodies in the league.
Yeah, I mean, even like when we drafted, our Darius, I was like, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
what's up, Pat? Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, it's that's why I think it's a refreshing change seeing what's going on now. And I know that there's people have some questions about our day 3 picks from this year, but I'm probably a little bit higher on some of these draft picks than other people. And I like the fact that Glenn said, we've got guys that fit our scheme, so
yeah. They have a
looking
plan
forward
for
to
Arian
that.
Smith. They need a guy to take the top off of the defense. Arian Smith's that guy. What No one thinks that Arian Smith is going to come in and be wide receiver 2 and have 80 catches a year and put up numbers like Cooper Cup and Puka did together. Like no one thinks Garrett and Arian
No.
Smith are going to be Puka and Cup. Nobody thinks they're going to be Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But he serves a purpose, and no one else in that draft could serve the purpose that they envision him in the role that they have for him.
Right. And but otherwise, like Malachi Moore, I mean, he very easily could find his way, if not to a starting job, at least to being a heavy rotation player.
Yeah.
And my guy, Azarie Thomas, dude, listening to the way Aaron Glenn talked to him on that draft call, my man, get your guy and choke him out. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't like hey, we're happy to have you. Welcome to the team. Standard generic call. That call got me fired up listening.
It sounded like
to
a
it.
player that they didn't think would be there, and they were very excited. Because I
Yeah.
don't think not many Jets fans had us taking a corner, not in round 3.
I didn't definitely in
Thank
none
you,
of my
Jake, for the
mocks or
super chat.
anything.
He says, Stewart makes me so mad. I'll trust them. Thank you for the super chat, Jake. And hey, Kelly, we love the Jets too. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I didn't think that he would be there in the 3rd round. And because of the Stevens signing, I definitely didn't think that we were going to be taking a corner. But I was ecstatic when we made the pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I
know
thought
you were. As soon as I heard the
Yeah.
school he was from, I didn't even know shit about the player, and I was like, Ricky's losing his mind right now.
Yeah, and the thing is I figured he was going to be late 1st, early 2nd round pick. And
Can you confirm
Well,
or deny this?
no, I don't listen to that call 3 times a day.
Is it your
But,
ringtone? I'm getting text messages that call is your ringtone.
No, my ringtone is just like really generic ringtone.
Ringtone. All right.
I could use a better ringtone.
We'll get you an audio clip of Aaron Glenn and AZ, and then that'll be your ringtone.
That would be great.
If
I'd
somebody
love it.
can get that audio, and we'll send that to Ricky and get Ricky to add that as his ringtone. Now, getting Ricky to add it as his ringtone might be a whole other part of the process that we're not prepared for. But
You know what? If worse comes to worse, I'll just wait until week 3, and when I see Gator in person, I'll have him add it to my phone because
There you go.
he's
Perfect.
much more tech savvy than I am.
Perfect. Jake with another super chat saying AZ was a 1st rounder. I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, there's certain players that fall for whatever reason. As long as it's not character issues, I'm okay with grabbing a player that you had rated much higher than 73. You got to have good football players on your team. Injuries happen. Guys don't play up to their contracts. Guys lose their jobs to competition. So if you're going to bring in guys, this is year 1. Get the best talent you can in the room and then go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's right after the draft. I'm not going to say where I heard it or anything else because I'm not going to draw attention to those particular people. But there was a person who went on one of the shows and was saying, like, that was a terrible pick. The AZ Thomas pick was a terrible pick because I looked at this website and there was a higher rated corner that was still on the board that we didn't take. And I'm like, a guy who had injury concerns, who's strictly a zone corner when we're going to play a man, we're going to be playing mostly man. AZ is a man corner. The guy you're talking about is a zone corner. It was just like one of the worst, most atrocious takes by someone that just clearly does not know football, and it just irritated me listening to that. Which is part of the reason I started making a video that was like a tirade about that. Like, people need to quit looking at these websites, because Next Gen Stats is different than PFF, is different than ESPN, because they're all just opinions, and there's only 32 opinions that matter, and that's the actual teams.
And they don't all equal one another, right? Everyone's got different schemes, different plans, different ideology, different utilization of the players.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what those websites don't tell you. Like, they don't tell you if a safety is a box guy or a free safety. They don't tell you whether that D line that's rated high or low is run stuffer. Is he a pass rusher?
Yeah.
Like they don't go into any of that. Corners, are they zone? Are they man? And so, yeah, just I encourage people not to fall into the trap of relying on those websites.
If you didn't formulate your depth chart, if you didn't formulate it by watching film, how are you going on anywhere and having a rant about a player and where he was taken based off of someone else's rankings because you're just reading a list? Like, be better than that. I'll be honest. I'm honest with people. You know that, Ricky. You say a lot of things about me. God knows Nate does. But I don't bullshit. I'll tell you. Yeah, I didn't do any work on cornerback this draft class. I was focused on defensive tackle, tight end, right tackle. That's where I was looking. A little bit of safeties, but my main work was those three positions, because in my mind, that was going to be three of the first four. Wide receiver, too, we did a bunch of work on here. I'm not going to bullshit and be like, yeah, A.Z. Thomas, no, he was 7th ranked, 4th. It's bullshit. And the thing I love about the Jets YouTube community and the chat, they smell bullshit and they call out bullshit. So if someone's having a rant, like you're calling out bullshit right now, whoever that was, I'm not aware who it is, but I'll just speak in generics. Your bullshit, people could smell. Like, you can't put a rant together based off of some website's rankings and you don't know how they scouted, why they scouted. Are they worthy of scouting? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I get it, because not everybody is like me. Like me, I'm an idiot. Like I'll sit here and watch film all day, even though I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell people, like, if you want to know if players are really good, watch the whole game. Like, watch whole games. Like, don't just watch the highlights, because that's only going to show you the good stuff. That's not going to show you
and don't even watch the game. You got to go watch the all 22, and you got to focus on that player. You got to look at release. If you're watching a corner, you got to look at his rotation. You got to look at his hips. You got to look at acceleration in and out of the breaks. You got to look at his hand jamming at the line. Does he get beat off of jamming? Does he slow the receiver down? Does he take him off his route? Does he anticipate well? How's his recovery speed if he does get beat? When the receiver breaks on a comeback route, is he breaking with him, or is he 2 steps later and then just pushing the guy out of bounds after an easy catch? There's so many things to look and break down. So to have somebody just say, I compiled the list, this is my list, it sounds robotic. Unless you're there watching every single rep and breaking it down equally, there's no fans that have the time to do that, right? The actual scouts and NFL people have the time to do it. As much as everyone loves to put their list together and do their deep dives, no one's watching every snap of these players. The NFL guys are. So hopefully we got the right guys watching, and we got the right guys making the right decisions, and hopefully something good comes out of them. Because you're drafted in the 3rd round, Mr. Sutherland. You're expected to play. You're not drafted in the 3rd round as a corner and be like, hey man, you're gonna be CB5 behind Fontes Stiggers. Now you're gonna have a role, and it's not just gonna be special teams.
Oh, yeah. And right off the bat, I think Thomas is going to fill that, the void that was left by Brandon Eccles. But, dude, Eccles played a lot of snaps for us. Like Eccles played a lot of snaps. He might not have technically been a starter. So
he was almost the last player to pick off Tom Brady. If Tom Brady would have retired that year with the Super Bowl that they won, the last interception thrown would have been Brandon Eccles, but he came back for another year after winning.
That's right.
Everyone thought when Tampa Bay won it, Brady was done. And Brandon Eccles would have had the last interception ever against Tom Brady.
Well, not to mention that while he was here, I think Eccles was probably Tua's favorite receiver because
Yeah.
Tua threw it to him a lot. So, but yeah, I think that Thomas will definitely have a role. I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting opposite Sauce by week 5 or 6. I've been predicting that
And
all
that's
along.
what Jake says here with the super chat is our CB2 by week 6. Stevens, I think he means the Stevens signing was bad. Yeah, I mean, if you would have thought, if the Jets would have known they were going to get Thomas in round 3, they would have never spent that money on Stevens, in my opinion. That's just an opinion. I don't have any insider info, but if they would have known they could have got a guy like that in the 3rd round, it's going to be curious to see how they use him. Are they going to go big with 3 safeties in certain packages, or how are they going to utilize everyone? Does he just take his role? Is it going to be truth? Does the best player play? Does AZ become that player? So, yeah, Patrick, you know what? A lot of people, that's the biggest question mark, I think, right now, right? A lot of people, myself included, I was saying since November, Justin Fields was going to be our quarterback. People were attacking me, fighting with me. Some stopped watching the channel because of those takes. Ended up being right. That was the biggest question mark was who's going to be quarterback. I think the biggest question mark in who they actually signed is the Stevens contract. I don't think any of us targeted Stevens at 3 years, $36 million.
Well, you know what? That's a good point that you just made. Look how upset people got with you. Hopefully nobody
Screaming at me on this show.
Hopefully nobody actually stopped watching the show because of that. But just think about that. Aaron Rodgers, think about how polarizing he was. Either you loved him or you hated him. But man, I have never seen a fan base that was so like die-hard loyal to a guy that did that little for the team. Like, dude, he didn't go out there and put up some 10-win seasons for us. There were times where, and it's funny because I read this on Twitter earlier. I can't remember who posted it, but it was something to the effect of the Jets saw like glimpses of the old Aaron Rodgers like 25% of the time, but then the other 3/4 of the time, it was obvious that he was done. And by the time everything ended in New York, I think the players in the locker room also knew that he was done. And I wish I could remember the source, like who posted that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I used to love old school Aaron Rodgers, but that's not what we got here. And just like you said, people getting all up in arms and stuff. Like, I think it was the right decision to move on from him. I know there were certain people that were really pissed. Some people are so heartbroken they still haven't gotten over it. However, the truth of the matter is, whether he intended to be or not is beside the point. But Aaron Rodgers is a lightning rod for controversy.
A little bit.
And if we're going to try to turn this thing around and have a fresh start, like, we just didn't need that. We just didn't need that.
Agreed. Listen, it's if you won 9 games last year and you were riddled with injuries, maybe you run it back.
Yeah, totally different conversation.
It wasn't that.
Yeah, this wasn't that. And
it's the right move to move on. It's the right move. And you know what? It'll be what it is. It was false hope, undelivered promises, and a blemish in our history. That's the way it is. And listen, I lost my mind. I had tears of joy when we got him.
Oh, I did too.
I mean, I was that excited. And, the first thing I thought of was I wanted to call my son and I wanted to call my dad. And I was live on a show with the IOW Sports Network, who I used to do shows with. And I I had tears of joy in my eyes. Like, I want to call my son, and then I want to call my dad right now, but I couldn't. So I was ecstatic over it. But I'm a realist. I don't live in La La Land anymore. That was when I was an addict. I lived in La La Land and all this fake dreams and bullshit, and not seeing the truth. The truth is, it didn't work. The truth is, it wasn't successful. The truth is, you had to move on. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. The results with Aaron Rodgers were not good. 2023 was the year. We had the defense, we had the special teams, we had it all. Oh well, it's the life of a Jet fan. I had a guy I work with, and Jake, this just popped in. Thank you for the super chat, Jake. You'll get 3 entries on the wheel for the $5 super chat. Nothing broke my heart more than 4 plays with Rodgers. I got over it. We tried. Shit happens. So the guy yesterday, he's a Titans fan, and he said to me, "Let me ask you, as a Jet fan, what's your favorite moment and what's your most heartbreaking moment?" And I said the favorite moment is beating New England in New England in the playoff game. I said the most heartbreaking moment that I was at was losing in Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship. I thought that was the team to win it all. But the most heartbreaking moment overall was Vinny and Rodgers. In both years, we thought we were contenders for the title, and it gets taken away from us before 4 plays or mid-second quarter. So those were the 2 that took the life out of you as a fan and as a man.
Yeah.
That was dejecting.
For me, probably my favorite moment, which beating Brady in New England has got to be like right up there for sure. However, for me personally, it would be like week 5 here in Tampa. Back when we played the Buccaneers, both teams were undefeated, and Curtis Martin threw that pass to Corbett to beat the Bucs.
The flashlight game.
Because I was there and I saw it. Like I didn't watch it on TV. I literally saw it.
That was the Al Groh flashlight game.
Yes, and that was so awesome for so many reasons. But so that's my very favorite. The one that broke my heart the most, it's got to be a tie. It's got to be Vinny tearing his Achilles and Doug Bryan missing that kick.
Kicks, plural.
Yeah, kicks, plural. Those 2 are kind of tied for me. They're both equally as heartbreaking, but yeah, I still haven't forgiven Doug Bryan. Like that was one of those years that should have been our year.
Yeah, Quest, that's a good one. Not a good one, but you know what I mean. That's one of those things where that's outside of football. I think that's personal. When you see something like that happen. There's a comment I saw before. Patrick said the O-line was going to get Rodgers killed. The shocking part was how fast it happened. You can't blame that injury on the offensive line. I broke that down on this channel in depth. Garrett Wilson ran a 5-yard in. Garrett Wilson was open. Dwayne Brown was called the cut block to open up the passing lane. Garrett was open. If Rodgers throws it on time, he doesn't get hurt. The problem is Rodgers looked down at Floyd, and when he looked back up, Garrett was no longer open, and then Floyd came at him. He tried to spin. If Rodgers throws that ball on time, go look at the play. We had screenshots of it. Wide open on a 5-yard in, and he looked down. That injury is Aaron Rodgers' fault and Aaron Rodgers' fault only.
Yep. The other thing is aside from the fact that towards the end of the year he started force feeding Devontae and was ignoring Garrett and had Garrett upset, but
we would have lost Garrett in my opinion. We would have lost Garrett if we kept Rodgers, Ricky. He would have wanted out. He would have said, "You know what? I'm not going through this again."
Yeah, and Brees was also disgruntled, but everybody talks about like how our run game wasn't good last year, blah blah. And dude, like I've heard like several people talk about it, and for one, I don't think the change in scheme fit our offensive line personnel as well. But the other thing is, and I've heard insiders say it, like there were running plays that were called that were good plays that would have worked that Rodgers checked out of.
Yeah.
And so
He wanted
that kind of
comfort.
yeah, that kind of illuminates why Brees was so disgruntled the way that he was. And you know, maybe our running game wasn't as bad as we thought, but you know, when you're checking
Never had
out
a
of all the
chance.
good, yeah, when you're checking out of all the good running plays, and that's what kills me when people start saying, "Well, but Aaron Rodgers was our best chance to win." Not when you check out of all the good running plays, not, you know, when you're causing small divides within the locker room because of the way you're operating. I mean, and if he was our best chance to win, why didn't we? We literally won more games with Zach Wilson than we did with him. Granted, health was probably part of it, but you know,
And put him on. If he was so injured last year, because a lot of Aaron Rodgers apologists, he was injured. He was injured. It's never on the fucking injury report. Like, stop making excuses for him. He just wasn't good. It took him playing against the shittiest defenses in the NFL, the Jaguars, 36 ranked, and the Dolphins, who quit mid first quarter when they saw Denver was up 14-0 against Kansas City, to have 30 points in a game. He wasn't good. He was not good. Accept it, and they got to move on.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, one of the reasons also why I'm probably more optimistic than most people, because not the whole roster, but the majority of this roster is still the same, you know. And if we could win, you know, 7 games with Zach Wilson with that
we have
defense,
the lowest percentage of returning players in the NFL, or third lowest. We only have 58% of the roster returning from last year, which is, I think we're in the bottom 3. So there's a big turnover. We lead the league, and we're up. I think we're first or third. I forget, but 58% of the roster is returning, which is one of the lowest in the league.
Okay, well, I mean, we've got Sauce returning. You know, we got both of our linebackers. We've got Quinnen, Will McDonald, Jermaine.
Yeah,
Like
we're returning the right players, right? We lost our depth. We lost failures. We lost guys who couldn't play anymore, like Tyron Smith and Rodgers.
Yes. Yeah. So that's, I mean, like, I think most of the important pieces, I think, are still here. The Garretts, the Brees, the Sauce, the you know, Quincy and Sherwood, Jermaine and Will. So now we did lose some people, but you know what? Some of the offensive linemen and especially offensive line depth doesn't bother me that those guys were gone. Like you said, the guys that were underperforming that just weren't getting it done. And that's, and I
Going
said
from
this
Tyron to Olu is an upgrade. Going from Moses to Membu, upgrade. Going from Conklin to Taylor, I think we all expect to be an upgrade. Patrick words it perfectly here. Addition by subtraction with a lot of guys that we let go. Javon Kinlaw. And then Chris with a great comment. It's a recalibration, a retool. That's a great way to word it, Chris.
Yeah, because it's not a full rebuild, but and this is the thing, okay? Like, I love the mentality of like Sauce and Garrett and Brees, okay? But I think that good character, good guy thing that you know Saleh was so high on, like, I think that came back to bite us when it came to our offensive line and offensive line depth, because we got a bunch of pussies. We got a bunch of soft ass guys. Like, dude, you want your,
and none of them are
linemen,
assassinating anything.
Yeah, you want your offensive linemen to be nasty, to have some tenacity to them. And so I think that you know, that good guy strategy of Saleh's kind of came back to bite him when it came to our offensive linemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. If you are here, all entries tonight, $5 or more, a gifted membership or $5 super chats will get you triple the entries. If you gift 5 memberships, or if you give a $20 super chat, you get to spin the wheel. We are in the midst of the wide receiver raffle. Santonio Holmes, full-size replica helmet, mini helmet with Al Toon and Wesley Walker on the same helmet. And we have a mini Wayne Corbett helmet. Drawing will be June 8th, Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Be here if you have any entries in. And then the first winner has choice. Jake with another super chat. Rodgers fucked up our lives. I still thought he was our best shot. Brees this year will light it up. Salah was awful. Yeah. I mean, that's 4 great points in one super chat. That's getting your money's worth right there, Jake. That's you are spot on. You're spot
that
on,
pretty
Jake.
much says it all.
Jake, you've given $16 in super chat so far. If you get 4 more, you will. I'll put you on the wheel for a multiplier since you've been donating like crazy during the show. Yeah, listen to Kevin. Kevin proved Stacks theory wrong. He gifted 5 memberships. It would have been 18, but with the wheel, the multiplier, he got 50. It's still sitting there looking all pretty because it hasn't been spun yet. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, everyone who donates. You're super nice guys. I enjoy watching the wheel spin. It's fun, right? Like it's going to be like 50. That's big. It's the 3rd biggest one on there. There's 75 and 100. And then it increases your chances of winning one of the prizes, which is fun. You know, I always say, like, I want everyone to win a prize on the channel. You know, I want to be able to send prizes to everyone at some point. Chris, don't worry about it. Chris, your comments and positivity are enough, Chris. That lights up everybody's face. Everyone who we talk to in the Discord and just say how great it is to have you a part of this community, Chris. You are fucking awesome. You're awesome the way you are. Don't change. Don't think you have to, my friend. Jake with another super chat, which will get him to spin the wheel. I get nothing off the wheel last time. I love the wheel. I passed out. Oh, you're on. You're on. We spun it the next night. I said we'll put the wheel together the next night. You did come in, and I think you came in after the fact. No, I waited for you. I think it was early last week when we started the wheel. But nonetheless, that puts you over 20 super chats. You are not included in everyone. You are never included in anything that I do, say, speak of, Mr. Nathaniel. That sounds like Mr. Rodgers. Thank you, Robert. I saw Tammy was in here before, too, in the chat. Robert, give Tammy our love. But here we go. Jake's given $20 in super chats in one show. We are going to shuffle this one more time. Bloop, bloop, and we are going to spin it. Good luck, sir. Oh, the conspiracy theory is back. No, it's at 20. Let me. Oh, we got people guessing now. Look at that. I like that. I'll give you guys more time to guess in the future. But Jake, thank you for all the donations tonight. You're a nice guy. I don't give a shit. Whatever. You're right. You did want the zeros. We might have to spin it again because you are the one who requests the zeros on there. Give me 1 second. David 20. Kevin 50. What do you think about that, Ricky? You've basically become the co-host tonight. Jake is someone who wanted zeros on the wheel. He does want the game of chance where he could even get 0 raffle entries. Do we add the zeros and let him spin again? That is his rule, kind of. He did want that.
I mean, it's up to him if he wants it. I mean, to me, the idea of the wheel, if it's a multiplier, like
He
Zero
wants to
isn't
gamble
multiplying
though.
length.
He wanted all or nothing. That he kind of implemented this last week.
If it was me personally, because it's a multiplier, I would say no zeros. But if he wants the zeros,
He does. All right.
yeah,
We've added
I
them.
guess let him roll. Yeah, you know, that reminds me of when one time we were coming back into town, and my daughter was real little then, and we drove by the Hard Rock in the middle of the night, and my kid was like, "Wow, look at all the cars there," and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, and I was like, "The casino never closes," and I was like, "Do you know why that is?" And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it's never too late to lose all your money." So, like, I don't know if you want to take a chance of getting the zero. I don't know if maybe you're just a huge Braylon Allen fan. Maybe you're not a fan of more chances, but if you want the zeros, I guess that's up to you, Jake.
So we've added a couple things on the wheel here for you, Jake. Since Nate is so chatty in the chat, we've added a Nate handy on the wheel. So if you land on a Nate handy, Nate will take his bike there to you wherever you are and give you hand release. Nate, Jake, good luck. And there are 5 zeros on. Oh, it's not a Nate handy. All right, it's 22. All right, so you got 2 more. Nate, better luck next time. I gotta take that off. That'll hit one day too. Watch.
Probably.
Well, Jake, thank you. You got 22. So with your request, and Nate leaves the Discord, it's the greatest night ever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jake said, "I'm not done. I hope Nate is done with the Discord." And he gives 5 and says, "I want the handy." All right, we'll put it back on the wheel just to see if it hits. Well, Jake, thank you for the 5 memberships. They went to Thomas Gannett, Delusional Jet Fan, Sonny Miller, Sharp Instincts, and the great champion of the world, Mr. Bonesy. Tammy C says, "Thank you so much. I always look forward to your shows. You're the best." Thank you, Tammy. Nope, you're still here. You're still here. All right, Jake, you would be entitled to 18. So, at your request, we are spinning it with 5 zeros on the wheel. We're going to shuffle it. Oh, I got to add it. There we go. Shuffle it. And don't worry about the NH right there. I don't know what that stands for. On the left side, about 9:15. Good luck. And just for the record, Nate is still here. He didn't leave. Yeah! That's it, baby! It hits!
That's great.
Yeah! Jake, send me your address and we will have Nate zoom over there right away. Promises made, promises delivered.
That's great.
That's fucking fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Boomtown, mark the time on this. Oh, who would ever thought that would happen? Now, Kevin says, "You know what? I want in on Nate Handy's too." Kevin gifted 5 memberships. I went to Purple Belt Mike, Jets Runny, Randy 23, Hunter Hadzicki, and Taylor Sterning. Oh, we're going to have to chip in, guys. We're going to need a lot of channel memberships gifted because we're going to have to get Nate lots of battery packs to take that bike to Texas if Kevin wins. All right, we will remove the NH from the wheel. That's great. And we will spin that one for Jake for his 5 memberships. That's fucking hysterical. Fucking 18. All right. 18, which is what you would have got. So, Jake, thank you. Now, Kevin, you were back up. And Kevin, earlier, you got 50. So, you're in a really good spot tonight. And I love that Nate kept saying he's out, but he's still here. So, Jake, maybe you reach out to Nate, and maybe Nate's willing to work this out on the DL, and he's just playing hard to get. But, Kevin, we will, since it's your second time donating 5 tonight, we will shuffle it twice, and we will hit it. That's what she said. All right, 24, Kevin. So you got 74 tonight. Chris asks, what is a handy? Sorry. A handy is basically when a friend is down and out, you lend them a helping hand and you help lift them up and finish them off. So it's just Nate being a friendly guy, doing another guy a favor with or without eye contact. I'm not sure yet. I don't know Nate's strategy. Look at you. Jake, we will do our best. If we can get you up here for a home game, Nate does have season tickets. I will purchase the seat right next to Nate without him knowing, and we will get you to sit there and just look down and say, hey, I'm here. You owe me. I can't believe it came out. Mickey, how great was that? Ricky, at a loss for words?
Yeah. I'm just sitting back and listening to you tell Jake to, reach out to Nate. And I'm thinking to myself, it sounds like Nate's going to be reaching out to him in the near future. Wow, that's crazy. I can't, I can't believe it hit.
Oh. Addison just texted me. He just got home. I was like, dude, I put Nate Handy on the wheel and it came out. Oh, tremendous. Tremendous. I don't even know. All right. So what did we get here? We had Jake got 18 with his. Kevin's at 74 because he got 50 and 24. And I think Jake got 18, right? So, Jake, you were at a total of 40 tonight. Thank you. David D., you're at 20. Kevin Tattoos at 74. Jake at 40 and said hand job. So, well, I can't believe that came out. That's just absolutely tremendous. Oh, I told him already. I texted him go back to the hour 28 mark. Hour 28 and 30 seconds, I think, is when it hits. Yeah, who cares about it? I'll buy everyone a fucking mini helmet if Nate pulls through with this. Breaking news. I did offer Addison to come on and be a guest host tonight because it seems like his platform to be a co-host on other channels has been taken away from him without any notice or announcement. I feel bad for Addison. He's a great co-host. He deserves that platform, and I feel like the carpet has been ripped out from underneath him. Yeah, listen, Boomtown says it. It's in the books. All spins are official, Nate. It's on the wheel. It has to happen in real life. Oh, I can't wait for What Did We Learn? Ricky, I might end the show right now to get to What Did We Learn?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and drop off, but thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man.
It.
I love talking football with you. You're a great guy.
Yeah, man. Great conversation as always.
Always.
I have this big intimidating box sitting on the other side of the room with a new computer chair waiting for me to put it together, which, you know, God, I almost hope there's another YouTube show after this so I can keep putting it off. But I suppose I should get to that at some point. But thank you again. Always great talking to you, you know, and thank you to everybody in the chat and everybody else out there that's been supporting me this week. Appreciate all you guys.
You're the best, Ricky.
Absolutely.
Guys,
man.
if you haven't, go check out Ricky, Rickie, New York Live. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He texted me earlier. He has that 69 subscribers. As much as I would hate to see that number disappear, go check out his page, show him some love, and make sure you like his videos. Ricky, you're the man. Thanks for calling in, hanging out, pal. Talk soon.
All right, man. Have a great night, everyone. Go Jets.
Go Jets. I don't know who's more excited. Ricky when the Jets draft a player from Florida State, or Jake when Nate Handy comes out on the wheel. But breaking news, Jake, I'm looking for someone to come to their first Jet home game. Last year we did a GoFundMe. We got Hank G down from Canada for his first Jets home game. If you've never been to a Jet home game, I think tonight is the perfect advertisement for you. If you've never been to a Jet home game before, say the word and the GoFundMe will begin tonight to get you to a Jet home game, brother. We have to have you at a Jet game now. Nick, please read that. Nate, it's going to be awkward when Nick sits me next to you next game, but you do owe me. Ladies and gentlemen, just when you think it's about to end, it's time to turn your freaky up.
Hey, what's up?
Nate's got to give a hand job. Nate's got to give a hand job. Did you see it yet?
No, I will. I will press
We're
the
doing the
rewind
wheel
button.
multiplier, and I put Nate Handy on the wheel, and it fucking hit, and he's got to give Jake a handy now. And the best part, Nate has never typed the words, "I'm not doing it." He said, "I'm leaving the Discord." He said, "I'm out of here." He never said, "No, I don't condone this. I won't do it." He's just complaining about having to do it because he's a team player and he's a go-getter, and he likes to see other people be happy, and we love that about him.
You notice? I heard what you said earlier in the DP. Even though I was muted. Fuck that guy. And nah, fuck that. Hell no.
So, for those of you that don't know, there was a guy who called into Jake's show today, a Patriot fan, with his name was Six Rings or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I had a doctor's appointment. When I come out, I hear about this. I go back and I watch it. And as I'm watching it, I say in the Discord to Addison and others, I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? How weird do you have to be to hang a football jersey up on a hanger in the back of your room? So now Addison took it down.
Fuck that. No, you said something about a condition comes along with it. So that shit came
no.
down.
I
You
didn't
said
say that.
asshole, big
I said
asshole.
what I said.
Yep. You said big assholes do that. So the jersey comes down.
Jake, I mean, Nate, he paid $50. There's rules on it, man. We can't have you on the wheel, Nate, and you're not gonna. You'll do
The
it,
will
Nate.
is
You'll
absolute,
do it.
right? The will is absolute.
Nate, I'll buy you a box of Cracker Jacks at the game if you do it for me.
Just one box.
Chris, you're free of this. Don't worry, brother. Don't worry. We just busted Nate's balls a little bit. Don't worry. You're not on the hook for anything. Don't let Nate convince you that you are. But you are. You just be you, Chris. That's all we need.
Hell yeah.
Now he will gladly do it. I'm only about to read 5 words of every comment. I will gladly do it. Okay, there it is. He will gladly do it from Nate. Real quick, I will gladly do it. All right. And Jake says, I won. I'm taking it. I can't believe that fucking hit. I can't believe it hit. I took it off to do the spin, and Jake goes, no, leave it. I want that. And it fucking came out.
What? Yeah.
Oh,
Shit,
that's
man.
tremendous.
What's the next freaky prize going to be next week?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe an hour-long phone call with Dixon Yass.
Oh, yeah. Or 15-minute video chat with Knob.
Oh, boy. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. It's 1 o'clock. We are going to start winding the show down. I want to make sure I got everyone's spins in. Kevin, Jake, Kevin, and David. And just for everyone, I know I owe, what do I owe? 1, 2, 3.
7.
Fuck it. Let's do 5.
Yep. And since Nick is winding down, everyone go to the Discord and click the link. That'd be great. Let's
The
go.
link in the Discord?
Hell yeah. That
All
thing.
right. I gifted 5. That went to Harris Bornstein, King Lowski, Australian Jets fan, Benny Baboon, and Donovan Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Oh,
everyone,
crispy.
for donating tonight. Thank you, Addison, for coming on. I know you had a very long trip home from work and a long day, but I appreciate you popping on.
Long ass day. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I usually make appearances on another show, but I don't know what's going on there.
He was here earlier.
He's disappeared into the night.
He said he took a nap. I don't know how. I mean, I didn't know I was doing a show till 10:20 tonight. Is he here? He's not. There's one way though. There's one way to find out if he's here.
Uh-huh.
You know what we do.
Hell yeah.
Boom. I hit that enter button hard with emphases.
Yeah, Bobby. If you're watching and you love me and Nick Shine. Oh, there he is. Hey.
It's amazing.
Bobby.
He wasn't there a second ago, and then he's here.
I'm still here. Man. I need to go fishing with you, Nick.
I throw a stick of dynamite in the fucking water. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not connected yet. It's loading.
Hi, everyone. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll never leave you.
I would love to reintroduce you to somebody, an elite content creator, a legend, a man amongst men, a beautiful soul, a darling in our community, and the baddest motherfucker I know because, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Backwards Hat Bobby.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I was waiting to get on. You know, you only have to Discord first, so I'm not in the Discord, so I have to wait until
Hell yeah.
one time. So I was here. I watched the whole show.
Hi, Bobby.
I'm happy.
In words
Okay,
of
first
the
of
whole community right now, Bobby, Bobby,
First of all, I had an eye
Bobby.
problem. See my eye right here? My eyelids grow right inside my eyelids. Eyelashes grow right there. The doctor had to take care of that.
Man.
Then I had the runs. I threw up.
Bobby coming back with force.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And the
telling you, I
Barbarella.
haven't had the show, and then I lost electricity yesterday.
You had a Barbarella.
Yeah, I had the Barbarita over the weekend. Oh my God, I had to run just shits and all that. So yeah, I've been waiting patiently. I didn't yell and scream because I couldn't come on. You
Chris
shake.
said, "I love you, Bobby Midnight." Jake says,
No.
"Bobby, Bobby, how do you feel about Nate having to give Jake a hand job?
I wouldn't want to do that. Trust
Will
me.
you sit on the other side of Jake and give us play-by-play as it happens?"
No, disgusting. No.
All right. All right.
Let him
You
use
could
your
do that. You could
salmon
do
chair.
that. You made it up. You could do it.
All right. All right. I'll do it. I'm a nice guy. Bill says a week and a half off, Bobby. Nate's
Oh,
chanting
Bill,
your name.
I had a 24-hour show, and then things get in the way. Okay.
To be fair,
All right.
last week he was on for half an hour, and then he said his eye was bothering him, and then he got off.
Well, it was. Look at it. It's fucked up
So
still.
it was a week. It was a week off, not a week and a half. There you go.
Yeah, I
Peter's
know. I had
chanting
to
booby.
get. What?
Peter's chanting booby, but he's young. He's never touched one, so he just is
I
hoping
know
that maybe
Peter.
one day.
Peter's my friend. He never
Peter's a
comes
nice
to
guy.
my show though. When I ask him to come to my show, he never shows up.
Chris is sorry.
not even
Well,
on
you do
here.
shows during the day. Like you don't do shows, but back when you did
Hey.
shows, like he's
Yeah, I'm gonna do a show
he's
tomorrow
working
after
though.
the Jake show.
He's at school or working. Team Curry's chanting Bobby. Welcome back, Team Curry. Bill
Yes.
M says, "Holy fuck." Nate says, "Bobby, when was the last time you've given a handy asking for a friend?"
No, I never gave a guy a handy.
Jake said,
My
"That's
wife
not
gave
close,
me,
Bobby.
my
I'll do
ex-wife
you
gave
next."
me plenty of handies in the car.
Well, don't
Give
be
me-
touching your eye. If you have some sort of, don't put your hands
I
near your
know
eye. If
it's
you
the
have some sort of infection.
cornea. I'm telling you, it scratches. I have to go to a specialist.
All right. Well, the first thing they tell you is don't touch your eyes. You don't want to
I
put
know. I'm
any.
just showing you what happened to it. If you don't.
Hell yeah.
So tomorrow is the today's the 29th, right?
It is now
So
after
later-
midnight. It is the 29th.
It's still
So
the 28th.
No, on your side, yeah. On our side, it's the 29th. So
Oh, me and Bobby are on the
Today
same
I-
side.
today I get the job thing. I go to see the job lady. The lady
Nice.
for the job.
Blitz BK, Bobby, don't worry. I'll read it for you. I know you're having trouble reading. I'll read them for you. Blitz BK says David T is going to get upset for you taking his eye shtick.
Well, he has the same problem I do. His eyelashes grow underneath his eyelid. I told him that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it is like a porcupine, like scraping it. And I got a little relief because he
Breaking news. That's also what Nate's hand job is going to be like to Jake with the shards of glass on the glove. Like a
Good luck.
porcupine scraping it.
Good luck.
I need a video of that. Not the
So
hand
are,
job porcupine.
are we going to the Carolina game? Is that
Carolina game is the game. Jake and I are doing our group outing for.
Good.
We've teamed up
Yeah.
to do one massive outing on October 19th. So, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen,
you're
mark your
coming
calendars,
to?
make your
right?
plans. We will have ticket info soon.
Yeah.
We will be with Tailgate Joe in the parking lot for that day. We'll have a massive party, and
Yeah.
we'll have ticket info as soon as we get it. We'll release it to all of you great people.
Is it the one that you had last year, Tailgate Joe? Isn't that the one? Oh, that was awesome last year. Are you coming, Edison?
You weren't
Rick-
on that. You weren't at Tailgate Joe.
See?
Yes, I was. The
You were at
second
Gotham.
one,
You were there. You were
Halloween
at
game.
Gotham.
What?
I heard,
Oh, Gotham, that's right. Are you coming?
Heard something about Tampa, potentially Carolina, maybe a home game.
Well, come to the home game. Rick Kent's coming to Carolina, isn't he? I thought Rick Kent.
Rick
don't
Kent
know.
did say he was interested.
Okay.
So once you come, Carolina, so you can meet Michael in person. And I have it all playing with Nick. He has all my money.
Not
We'll
all
find
of it.
out.
I have some. Bill says,
Yeah,
Bobby,
I
I
know.
saw
I
your
can use
28-minute
some more.
stream. You were in pain. Hope it all worked out. Yeah, man. I mean,
Well,
all
it's
busting
getting.
aside, I think everyone hopes that you're okay. That's the most important part is your health.
Oh, yeah.
But we're all
Well,
friends, and we do make jokes about one another and everything.
oh, I
So
know. I'm not saying that. I was just waiting to get on because I can't get on any other way. So you know
Clancy says
why?
Bobby lives. Look at that, Clancy. Is
Clancy,
excited
I'm
to see you.
here. I'm gonna have a show tomorrow with the Nick game on.
Well, Bobby, we've missed you deeply. Damn it.
Yeah.
I missed you too. Well, I can't
Now,
do it
Bobby,
any.
very
What?
important question. If you're having issues with your eye, don't you think it's time to grow a beard? We don't want you shaving and cutting yourself like Charles did.
Oh, I saw that. No, I don't. I do very good on shaving.
Did you call Mr. Bonesy at the store to tell him to get on the other day when Bobby Beasley came
Yes,
on?
they did. Yes, they
I
did.
was laughing so hard. I was like, Bobby's watching.
Yeah, I was watching your show. I was being behaving. I didn't say I want on now. I was waiting. Come on, you should give me credit for that, right?
I was thinking, give you credit for what?
For being patient to get on the show.
Yes, yes, you were.
Yeah, well, you
I
only
didn't,
have.
I didn't see you comment at all. I didn't know you were waiting. Usually, you'll drop a comment. You know, I saw.
Well,
your
I
comment
did.
in the
You
beginning.
didn't even read my 6 month.
I did put it on twice. I put it on in the beginning of the show, and I put it on right before I dropped the link.
Oh yeah,
I did put it up twice.
Okay, I must have missed it.
Hey, Bobby.
What?
You don't have to be a doctor to have patience.
I know, but you have to be a patient to be a patient.
But Nate does have to have hands to give handies.
Oh, this is getting nasty. I don't want to talk about hand job.
Blame Nate.
If a girl does it, yes, that's fine. My ex-wife used to do it in the car all the time to me. So that's good. What are you doing? What? What?
I just laughing. I didn't know that comment was going to come out of left field, but
It already
this
came
is why
out.
you got to do shows, Bob, because the people need to hear
I
what
bet
you
it
think.
came out, Bobby. I bet it came out.
That's what she said.
Bobby, you need to call into Jake the next time. You need to make a fucking monstrous return. And the next time this Patriot guy, 6 rings, calls in, you
no, I
to
really
fucking
want
put him
to
in his
talk
place.
to. I want to talk to that moron, but I don't care about that guy. I want to talk to Bobby
He's
Beasley.
from New England. You're our New England representative. You have to fight the battles in that region.
The Patriots suck. I don't like the Patriots.
That's what you got to go nuts on. I mean,
Good.
what the fuck are you
All right,
doing?
if I see moron, I'll talk to him. I really want Bobby Beasley.
So, Bobby, when you were in the car and your wife was doing that, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever have to clean the steering wheel after, or did you just let it dry?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That'd be the first time Bobby ever cleaned.
Hey, you're hilarious. Ha ha ha.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why did you go to the doctor today? You said you went to the doctor.
I went to get my hearing checked because there was a little bit of a problem with my left ear.
Oh, right. You say you might have vertigo, right?
Well, they wanted to just rule some things out, so that was the next step, just to make
Vertigo.
sure.
I had that. Does it make you feel like a drunk? I have vertigo. It made me. I couldn't get up.
It wasn't fun, but it's not
It was
vertigo.
dizzy. I have vertigo. It's dizzy. Makes you like drunk. You're not even drinking. You're drunk. Falling all over the place.
Yeah, the
And I love the one that you have people talking like somebody I know. I truly love.
It's
How do
not
you-
talking like him. Those are his actual voicemails that he's
I
been
know,
leaving
and
me.
then one of them I'm going to kick him in the ass for. One of
Kick
them.
him in the ass.
What?
Kick him
For
in-
what?
Hold on. For those of you wondering what Bobby's referencing,
And Nick, I think I trust you more than anybody else right now. But you're my best. You're the nicest guy. Reach out for me. I do appreciate that too. I trust you with all my heart. I love you, buddy. Bye. Thanks.
not that
No,
one?
no. Keep on going.
Are you saying you want me to play the video?
There's another one that I'm pissed off
Who the
at.
fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
he's talking like me, and then listen to what he says. You have it.
Next time, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to bother you, but I know you're going to fuck a Tommy. You're funny. I'm sick of Bobby. I worry about Bobby sometimes. My parents will help Bobby up sometimes too. If we help ourselves someway. I don't know what's going on because his shows are stupid sometimes. Let's get me out. I do trust you, next time, and take care of me. Take care of me. My buddy take care of me. Okay, I love you, buddy. Bye.
Okay, the one with Craig. I'm gonna kick his ass for. I am gonna.
Man,
kick
Bobby.
What?
This dude's out here saying you're so stupid, and you're giving him money that you get from the show.
Well, I'm not gonna give him money after that. Fuck that. Kiss my ass. I didn't even know he was talking about Nick Shine like that. One, doesn't he drive you nuts when he calls you?
He called me.
He
three
might
times
not.
on the way
He might
back
not
home from
even go to that jet game with me. He better watch his P's and Q's.
Yeah, but
He
you
ain't
don't
going-
go traveling alone, so you got to be careful. Don't cut your nose to spite your face.
What do
You
you
don't
say?
like traveling alone. You got to remember
Well,
that.
I'll travel alone. I don't want to bring him after what he said. My shows are stupid. He could go fuck himself. How's that?
And if he can't do that, we can spin the wheel and maybe Nate can help him out.
No, he's got. I'm gonna, Mike. I'm telling you, Mike. You're not.
Nate, look at that. Nate already offering. He'll pick you up. Fuck that guy.
Thank you, Nate. I appreciate it. I'll give you money if you could do that. I appreciate
Will
it.
you give him a handy on the way back?
No, I don't give guys. You know what I like to do? Pink
No,
taco.
stop.
I don't. I don't, Bobby. I forgot.
That's considered somewhere else,
Taco
but I can't
Tuesday
join
with no
it.
lettuce.
so-
Taco Tuesdays with no lettuce. But Nate,
Yeah, I can't.
I've
talk
seen
to
Nate
the-
with no shirt on or a tank top. There's a lot of lettuce.
Well, he's like, didn't they make him a shirt last year? Like the what you call it?
It
He was a
basically
very-
Nate is like a 5'9" Chewbacca.
Yeah, remember they had a shirt made for
Star
him
Wars
last year.
reference? You never know.
An
Made
emoji.
him a shirt. Didn't Jake make him a shirt last year?
No, he put the emojis on the shirts, and he used.
Oh, emoji on the shirt. Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, wait
Yeah.
till I see Michael tomorrow.
What's gonna happen?
No, he's gonna get punched in the face if he just.
Hey, don't do
There's
that.
so many more
Don't do it.
voicemails, Bob. There's so many more voicemails. I sent Gator
I know.
15 voicemails.
How does it? Oh, it's amazing. That's why I have my phone off and my thing on. If he gets in that way, 127 times he called me. When
Oh, yeah. This Mikey Midnight segment is brought to you by M&M's.
And then he says my shows suck. He could go sit on a rotate too.
All right, here's another one. If you guys like Mikey Midnight voicemails,
Did Gator do that for you? Oh.
Hi, Nick Shine. This Mike Woodrow. I just want to let you know, Alan bought some dinner the other day, Tuesday it was, yeah. And then he told Bobby to talk to you. He did pay his doctor's bill because the people at the Brother Brothers was helping him out where I work. That's why they were helping get back his Medicaid thing. So
Yeah,
I was telling the truth to you. It's not like a bad thing. That's just me call up to explain it to you. You know,
At least you understand him, man.
you know, you're a good guy too. Everybody's a good guy with the chest and the neck. I love you, Nick.
Bobby.
Everybody thinks.
Sometimes you can't understand him.
Bobby, what? This man's putting your business out in the streets. He's airing you out, bro.
actually,
Well,
I'm
no,
doing
he was
that.
telling
Like
them
he
what-
left a private voicemail. That would be me. Sorry.
No, he was telling Nick something that Nick knows about, and I told him.
I didn't know what voicemail that was. I just hit play on.
No, I know. That's the one that I remember. You said, "What you doing with your money?" I said I was paying some doctor bills with it.
Oh yeah, Bobby.
Now I'm back to Medicaid, so Medicaid helps me take care of that. What?
Nate says Nick Shine, the only one that's been getting Woodruff content the last 8 days.
Well, not
Ricky,
really. No, the
hold on, Bob. Hold on. Ricky says, Bobby, we are no longer the same age. Now I'm older.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday
Happy
was
birthday,
Ricky's birthday.
Ricky.
Do you know that you missed Weed's birthday and Ricky's birthday? And they
Well,
both
first of all, Weed's birthday, I lost electricity, so how am I going to do anything?
I
right?
heard that you cut your own power to the house because you didn't want
I
to sing
did
birthday to
not.
such
It was
an awful person.
all over the block. It was all over the block.
You cut the whole block just to avoid singing to Weed?
No.
Bobby, the wire cutters are sitting behind you over there. We can see them.
And Kevin's
know
birthday.
how
You
I-
missed so many birthdays, Bob. Like you missed 8 days of birthdays in this community
Okay,
of
let me-
thousands of people.
Let me
bullshit.
sing. Okay, let me sing. I want to. What's the name? Weed.
And
who
Gary
else?
makes a good point. Don't pay your medical bills. Let it go to collections. They can't put it on your credit report anymore. This is true.
Really?
Bobby,
You
you've been
sure?
gone for so long. I don't even know if you know. You missed Addison's birthday. It was December 1st.
Oh, I saw him December 1st. Oh, this is. He's like Johnny Carson that night. That's Johnny Carson.
I'm not that
Yeah.
old.
Well,
I'm more
you're
like Arsenio Hall.
no
I'm young, I'm
bullshit.
hip.
You're not no
I got
like
a crazy crowd.
No, you're more like.
Clancy
You-
says he looked it up and it said no power outages in Brattleboro.
Oh, shut up! It was around. It would be in the paper. Ugh.
It's not
It
the
wasn't
paper.
in
You can
the
look
paper.
up.
Why
You can
would it
look
be
up the
in the
power
paper?
company. You can look up
No,
power
it was-
companies, and they tell
it
you
was-
on their power grid where there's outages.
It was down the road. We lost the power. Now I'm back. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a basketball show tomorrow. Game.
Basketball show. Are you
Well-
going to put Spalding on your stomach and be the ball?
Oh, the Knicks are gonna be playing tomorrow night.
Power outages
Okay.
in the Daily News.
Hey, do you know the Napoli's from New Jersey, Nick?
I do know a family named the Napolis. Yes,
You know Ashley?
I don't know an Ashley.
You know what? Her brother, her and her brother were on the show tonight. Master Chefs. They're from New Jersey.
What about Mike
Did
Napoli?
it say what part of New Jersey?
I know. I'll go back and tell you.
It's an Italian name. It's a very popular name.
Yeah, but they're in New Jersey. You said Napoli is. The father's an older gentleman with gray hair. You know?
Oh, just so you know, Gary and I have a bet. It's for $5,000. The bet is what happens first? Juan Soto gets a hit or Bobby does a show? And
I'm
Juan
gonna do
Soto
a
did
show
not get a
tomorrow.
hit today. He went 0 for 4 again.
I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. I told you that. After
Son of
Jake
a bitch.
Chicken show.
All right. I don't have
Here's-
your money for the tickets anymore. I have to send it to Gary as part of the bet.
No bullshit. And Michael's not coming if he doesn't watch his.
All right. I'll
piece of
send
food.
Michael's money for the ticket, not yours.
No, both fucking shit. Send me the money back.
All right. I got you, buddy. I don't want you mad.
Hell yeah,
Don't
Bobby.
scare me.
No, Michael's not coming if he's giving me shit. My show stink. He could just
You
stay
gotta
out. And
remember, all right, let's break this down.
he should never call into my show.
Michael
Get
drank.
down.
Michael says some things that when people drink, not just Michael, when people drink, they say things they don't mean. So we have to remember that he drinks, and sometimes.
So you have forgiven my brother?
And I'm not saying forgive him. I just have to say if you do whip
Have you
his ass,
forgiven
please
me?
do it on my show, since this is where the voicemail got played.
Have you forgiven me yet?
I've forgiven you.
You have.
I've forgiven
I'm
you a long
not-
time ago.
I'm not in a place called Discord, am I? No.
That doesn't mean that like when I listen, it's not forgiving you. I have to forgive myself because I pressed too hard to maybe make some changes for you that you weren't.
Well, I'm getting
receptive to.
sweets tomorrow. Today, the job that will be positive part-time job because you said you can't live on super chats and all that.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Yeah.
it'd be great for you and your mental and to have a good
Yeah,
commitment.
get
and
outside.
to have a job.
I
Even
love
if you go do a job 2-3 days a week. If it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2-3
Yeah, I
hours,
love-
it'll be great
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I know, part-time job. That's what I did. Stupid. I lost my job at Holiday Inn. I'm getting better. Just my
Good
stupid
luck, man.
freaking.
I hope it works out for you.
Okay, good luck. Yeah, after this, I'll go to bed and I'll talk to him.
I hope it works out for you, man. I really do.
Yeah, like you said before I called in, I said, "Oh, when we end the show, go straight into Discord." Oh, I can't go.
No, I said now that
Yeah.
Nick is winding down the show, everyone
Yeah.
go to Discord and click the
Yeah,
link
yeah,
to
yeah,
call in.
yeah.
But he
Um,
posted it in the chat, so you're good. You got here.
yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. No, never mind. Drop
What are
it.
you talking about?
Don't worry about it. You have a
No,
long
I'm
day
worried
tomorrow
about
at
it.
work?
No, he should get off
I'm
his
worried
dick,
about it.
Addy. Get off his
I'm
dick.
worried about it.
Say
That's-
that, Addy.
That's the thing that I'm most worried about in this world now.
Do,
Is what
do
you
you
just
have
said.
a long work today? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
Today? You got short day?
I don't
Oh,
know,
he
man.
surprises you when you get there.
Look at this. Nate trying to get you a handy too. Says Bobby's hair looks sexy when it's coming out of front of the hat like that.
I know, it's a mess. It's hat hair.
How do you feel
Yankees
about the
won.
Yankees, Bob? Yankees
Yankees
won
won
1-0 tonight.
1-0. I know the pitching looks
How
good.
about Aaron Judge getting walked intentionally twice, and then the
I know.
coach of the Angels, he tips his hat to him, and the coach of the Angels was laughing his ass off.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
First base
I
was open,
remember
right?
that.
First base was open both times.
And the Dodgers lost to the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians today.
Hawk says Bobby is a master of changing the subject. He can
Hawk,
deflect and redirect better than anyone I know if he doesn't want to talk about it. You are 100%
Hawk, I'm
right,
from
Hawk.
New York. I know how to talk about 3 stories at one time, so I'm good at it. How you doing now, boy? I miss you. I love you. I love Hawk.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
Hawks as well.
I know. Hawk's a great guy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, you wind it down, right?
I
No, we're
mean,
winding up.
I might have to just call out of work tomorrow and do a 24-hour show now that you've reappeared. Once we get
Hell
you
yeah,
on
brother.
YouTube, we have I'm committed now to fucking stay because everyone has been asking, where have you been?
Not
Yeah,
every.
pretty much. Yeah, Bobby, people fucking message me and Nick every day asking where the fuck you are, and multiple other people saying, where's Bobby?
You have no
How's
idea,
But
Bobby?
did you tell him about my eye and have
we
diarrhea
did.
and
We did.
puking?
But I talked to you last Friday,
Yeah.
and I remember the school I was at. There's Friday. There was no one there. I talked to you,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, yeah, as soon as Jake's done, I'm going to go on. And then you already had the eye problem, and you were like, that's it. I'm going on later after Jake. I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be
it
able to
really
pop in.
bothered me. I couldn't
Nothing.
even do anything that night. That's why I had to.
Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Monday.
Well, my eye was
Tuesday,
killing me.
nothing.
What day did I go to my doctor's? Wednesday.
I don't know. Let's ask this guy because he's been wondering where you are. He's been crying.
Hi, I love you.
He's so upset. It looks like he's wearing a Red Sox shirt. Is that 2 socks? What is the logo there?
Tom's River Black Sox, baby.
Oh, dude, come on. Holy shit. And look at that. You
Hey,
upset Clancy so much.
You
He started
can't say
rooting
a
for another
goddamn
team.
thing. You were wearing a Patriot sweater one time on.
Who?
You were wearing a sweater that said Patriots across it, Nick.
Who, me?
Colonia Patriots, where I went to high school, yeah.
Still said Patriots.
That's where it goes.
I'm not wearing any of my high school stuff. I want my high school was the Chiefs. I'm not putting that shit on my body.
Clancy, do you know any Napoli's in your area?
Not really. I don't know. Fine.
You know where Ashley Napoli?
No.
All right, Nate's got a good point. Or Boomtown, I'm sorry. Nate doesn't. The rumors that were swirling around and what was going on with you, Bobby, were wild. Bobby, you want to hear some of the rumors that were out there?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right.
You said I need to hear
you and Carly ran off together. She finally fell for an older guy, and you finally accepted that
yeah.
you're old enough to be her daddy.
Yep.
That's wild.
Look at that smile. We haven't seen Bobby smile like that in a while.
Another one was
another-
that you were transitioning to and then becoming a woman.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Another.
Oh,
one-
wait a minute. Maybe, no. If I did that, I would have had Hawk. Oh, yeah,
Nate,
maybe.
Nobody would have believed this, Nate. Nobody would have believed that he got a
Bobby
job.
likes that
Come on,
idea.
Nate. Shut up. Fucking Nate.
Hey, I'm going to try to get a job today. The lady's going to help me get a job today. Be positive.
Another rumor, it was that you may be dead on your floor because you overdosed on Domino's pizza.
Oh, I haven't had Domino's in a long time.
What other stories do we have?
Another rumor was that they harvested your good eye to sell on the organ donor black market.
Another rumor is that Mikey spilled alcohol all over your computer and short circuited it.
Yeah.
That would be.
And we heard that you moved to Massachusetts to live with BMAC.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's a nightmare.
We heard that you were cleaning your bathroom, and that's why you weren't seen for 8 days because it's that bad.
That's pretty funny. But I do like the Carly one though, and then the whole.
I do. You approve of that?
If I was transit,
He likes the transition.
Another rumor was that you were flying to Australia to hang out with Craig.
Sarah, why would I want to hang out with Craig?
Because Craig's a man.
Craig's a nice guy. Why wouldn't you want to hang out with Craig?
Let's hang out with Sarah. Who? Craig? Craig's married.
You go hang out with Craig and Mrs. Craig.
I want to hang out with Sarah and get their freaky on.
What the fuck is? It's such an asshole.
I'm back. Michael, I can't wait till see Michael later on today. I'm gonna pop him in the head.
Another rumor was that you believed what Michael said, and sometimes your show is stupid, and you've been afraid to do a show because of that.
No, he's never coming on my show again if he keeps on saying that.
I doubt that.
Dude, he walks into your apartment at will. Like, you could be in the middle of a show and he's just there.
Well, I always have the door open during the day. I don't have it open.
But hey, you on your stupid show, Bubby?
Please don't do that.
No, fuck that. We're gonna.
Next time, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to bother you, but I know you're going to fucking tell me you're funny. I'm sick of Bobby. I worry about Bobby sometimes. My parents will help Bobby up sometimes too. If we help ourselves, I don't know what's going on because his shows are stupid sometimes. Let's get me count. I do trust you next time, and take care of me. My buddy take care of me. Okay, I love you, buddy. Bye.
You know why my shows are stupid sometimes? Because he comes on drunk a lot and quotes me.
Snap! Got him.
Yep. Quotes me, I love you, Bobby, you fucking bitch. See, he comes on and he embarrasses me on my show, and then he just.
Nate says, set up a prank for Mikey as payback. Here's what you should do. Next time he gets really drunk, convince him to drive. No, I'm kidding.
Convince him what?
Convince him to drink more. I was going to say convince him to drink more and go to bed safely at home.
I tell him to go to bed. Just go to goddamn bed and leave me the fuck alone.
Bobby, go kidnap Ophelia. Teach him a fucking lesson. Go kidnap Ophelia.
He called me multiple times on Saturday, and then I finally answer, and he's drunk on Saturday, and he's like, he goes, no, what day we go to the movies? Saturday. It was Saturday.
Yeah.
And he goes to me, hey, Nick Shine, I love it. I go, Mike, are you drinking? Nope. No. I am not. I gotta go, Nick. I got a lot of calls coming in. Bye. Click, and he hung up on me because he was drinking and he forgot he can't call me when he's drinking. So he big timed me and told me he had a bunch of calls coming in and hung up.
Well, he likes
I
to
talked to him for
people
14 minutes
show,
yesterday when he was sober. At least I think he was. It was early.
Yeah, Nate's got a good idea. You should
what?
You know, a funny version
set
of
something up so when he barges in, waterfalls.
I don't know why he calls it. And then one other thing I hate when he calls in. Nobody goes Addie, Nick, Clinton. That's annoying. Who does
Don't
that?
hate because he's not saying your name. Don't hate because he's not saying your name.
He says my name, but I don't want. Do you guys do that during the show? No.
That's Mikey's thing.
Well, I did. When Clancy came in, I was like, Clancy, what up?
Yeah, that's fine one time.
I chanted your name when you came on.
What?
I chanted your name when you came on.
Yeah, but I don't like that on
Why
my
don't
show.
you guys just have a steel cage match and settle it?
I think he should get kicked in the ass.
Well, you can't lift your leg up. If you lift your leg up that high, you're going to fucking fall over. You're going to get hurt, and then you're going to miss 8 more days of shows.
Kick him in the
I'm
nuts.
going to kick his ass. No.
Have more balance. I'll tell you right now. If you will actually fight Mikey, I will get Clancy and Hawk and Nate, and we will fucking drive up this weekend, and we will fucking watch this. And Hawk will be the referee, Clancy will be the video man. Nate will be giving hand jobs in the woods in Vermont, and then I'll do play-by-play.
No, we're not gonna do that. I just want to beat him up myself.
Dude, if you're gonna fight your brother, we got to get content out of it. You can't just
Yeah, I'll
do it
get
with
you
nobody
content.
watching. We got to make money on this. I'll you win a course.
No,
Yeah, I'll give you content.
What'd you say?
Yeah, buddy. He said, "Yeah, I'll give you content." Hell yeah, Bobby.
He's not coming. You know, he embarrasses me all the time.
Nate just said, if we don't chant each other's names on your show, what else we're gonna do for 8 hours?
Oh, Nate, you're hilarious.
He is
Says
hilarious.
my money's on Mikey.
Oh damn.
Tattoos, whatever. You don't even know
All right,
me.
Bobby,
Well,
let's all right, come here. Listen, let's prove Kevin wrong. Stand up right now and show us a little 1-2 combo. Show us how you'd fight him.
No, I'll do it
Come
tomorrow.
on, do it or
Nah,
do it or I gotta
tomorrow,
kick you out of the
Bobby.
show.
You
You
always
gotta
say
punk
Me
me.
on the show, I'll go by myself. You know?
Karate moves like beach.
No,
Bobby,
just
it's
show us
time
2
to turn.
punches. Show us the 1-2
It's time to
punch,
turn
man.
tomorrow into today.
Hell yeah.
It's 1:37.
You always say tomorrow, Bobby. That's your answer to everything. It's tomorrow.
So,
Fuck that.
no, tomorrow. On
Nate
my
No,
show.
said do it or he won't pick you up.
Hell yeah.
No.
Just sit there and do it. Sit back.
Yeah, slide back in a chair and just do like this. Like do a couple.
No,
punches.
I'll get
Show
up.
us.
I'll get up.
Throw across the elbow shimmy, little form across the face. What
Well,
are
you
you
got to
gonna do?
play some music.
I'll do anything. As long as you don't do no freaky shit and pull a tit out. Like, don't fight him with the boobs.
Blow a tit out.
Ready?
Yeah.
Way up his face.
There's a hole in your elbow on your left side. What's going on with that hole in the shirt? Holy shit.
He punched through it.
This is my relaxing shirt. I don't wear this outside.
Bobby, if that's how you fight, Bobby, Mikey's gonna fuck you up.
No, I just have to sit on it. That's all I have to do. Okay, I'm done. It's 3:40 in the morning.
You lasted longer than the Nate hand job.
No. Oh. No, I'm just. If he did it one more time, screws me up. I'm not giving him anything. Nothing.
The
Yeah,
vicious
Balenciaga.
Vermontonian, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know
Well,
what?
we
You guys
better
got a
do
good
that.
point. A lot of these generations paid for like shirts and pants with holes in them, but you can just give it the shirt to Bobby and he'll wear and tear over the
He's
course
very
of time.
stylish.
No,
He's
these-
stylish.
I had this shirt for a long, long time.
You can sell that shirt for $1,500, Bobby.
Hell yeah, man! You just put a Versace logo on it and you'll be rich.
This is my relaxing
Bob Sachi.
Make sure you don't wear that shirt tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I got a blue shirt I wore. Remember the time I have
You
that
got blue
shirt?
balls, Bobby.
I don't have blue balls.
Jake might have them after waiting for all this hand job
Right.
talk. That
Um,
Clancy, did you see that wheel spin?
Nick, do you ever
I
watch?
was out. I was out.
Do you watch?
Oh,
ever watch
We
Hell's
put
Kitchen?
on the wheel. I put NH for Nate Handy, and we spun it, and it hit. That's why all this talk, dude. It fucking hit. It's so good. And now Jake wants a hand job from Nate because that's what was on the wheel. If you go back to the hour 28.5-minute mark, you can see it come out. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it was probably right before I got home. I got you. I'll check it out.
Nick Sean, do you ever watch the show Hell's Kitchen?
I don't watch any cooking shows. No, I don't watch reality shows.
I watched the show. I watched one season. This guy looks exactly like you.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
Handsome as fuck.
Yeah, you gotta look it up. Nick Shine Show. You look
Look up the Nick Shine show. I'll just find me.
No, it was season. I gotta look that up and I'll tell you.
Look up Nick Shine lookalike Hell's Kitchen.
And then there was one lady from a girl, big girl, and she was from Nutsack.
Nutsack, Virginia.
Thank you. You're a nice guy.
And then this other girl was talking about her woo-ha all the time.
What's a woo-ha?
Or hoo-ha?
Buster Rhymes.
Woo-ha.
You mean her?
Big pussy. That's what she was talking about.
Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha.
Woo-ha.
Jeez. Ooh, so
That's what this is after the
Woo-ha! I got you all in check.
So are you working today, Clancy?
been no disrespect.
You got home from work, Clancy? Just now?
No, I was at my buddy's for an hour. Getting some bed.
He started doing crazy shit in that video, man.
Dude, I was like 10 when that came out.
What movie was that?
Busta Rhymes music video.
Video.
Oh, I like that.
That
Yeah.
video.
Do you like Busta Rhymes?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Busta Rhymes song?
Oh, I forgot. But I like
Dangerous.
Break your neck, Bobby. Break your neck.
Say dangerous, Bob.
Woo-ha.
I like the I like the other rap. Not NWA, but the other guys.
Bobby's a big Diddy fan.
Not NWA, the other guys.
No. What's that other group?
Thugs
I
and
like?
Harmony?
I've never heard of NWA.
One. No, NWA is a rap group.
Does that stand
Okay,
for
next.
something?
Who's the other group, though?
One.
Wu-Tang?
No. What was
Beastie Boys?
Nope.
Run DMC?
Nope.
Oh, Public Enemy. Bill might have said it right.
98
Oh,
Degrees?
Public Enemy, yeah. One and one. We have it so
Tribe
far.
Called Quest, Bobby.
Right, be careful, Bobby. I know sometimes.
Bobby's a big Flavor Flav guy.
Oh, I know that. I'm not gonna say anything. Dun, 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 dun.
Favorite flavor
Exactly how the
flavor is
music goes.
barbecue sauce.
You ever see his game show when he was on that game show?
You ever
No.
watch The Flavor of Love?
Bobby, I have a trivia
That's what
question
he's
for you.
saying.
Not a trivia
Yeah.
question. It's more of an opinion. Who was the best square on Hollywood Squares, in your opinion?
I say Paulin.
Who?
Paulin.
Paulin?
Paulin. Yeah.
Who's
You
that?
ever watch Bewitched?
No.
What the fuck?
Oh, you're going back to the original Hollywood Squares. I was
Yeah.
going back to like the 80s, 90s with
Well,
like Alf and
I'm
Gilbert
not-
Gottfried and Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Oh, I say Jaja. But
Paul
I did.
Lynn, yeah. Paul Lynn is hilarious, bro.
Is Rick Kent still up, or did he go to bed?
Why not? I haven't seen him comment in a while.
He knows Paulin.
He said he won't watch my show until you start doing shows.
He was in your show. You played the song for him.
He had his eyes closed the whole time. He wasn't
He
watching.
wasn't watching.
He was just listening.
Yeah.
He was watching.
There's more holes in this story than Bobby's shirt.
I know, right?
There's more holes in this story than Charles's neck.
And if that guy comes on dumps on my show one more time, restriction rap.
Thunderlips
Did you,
got him back.
Did you see what I said to Bobby Beasley?
What that more?
He has the flag on the wall behind him. I
Yeah,
said,
something about
are you a
what?
Buccaneers fan or are you an ass pirate?
ass
I
pirate.
did
He
see
did not
that.
like
I
that.
watched that on the replay.
He must be an ass pirate. That's what I think it is.
He said, don't
Ugh.
worry about it.
Yeah.
He sounded like you, Bobby. He's like, don't worry about it. Get off my dick.
Don't wait, man.
That guy's a moron. I have to
He is.
shut him down.
He said he
I'm
could
like-
body slam you.
He said, "Get off my dick. I'll get on yours."
Oh, the body slam me. I'm gonna just fall on his ass. And,
Attaboy.
How would you fight him? Show us your moves on him.
no, I'm not doing that at this time of
Do
night.
it, boy. Do it, boy.
Boy, don't call me boy.
Rikishi stink face style.
Oh yeah, maybe that.
All right, it's 2
Come
o'clock.
on.
We got to wind this down.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'll be
Yelling
the
at
first
me.
one off because
Bobby, go live. Go live right now.
Yeah, you go live. I'll lay in bed a month.
Go live.
I'm going to bed.
Michael's right.
What?
I'm leaving my own show, so I don't.
What did you say? What? Michael was right. What? Fuck that. I did a 24-hour show.
I was there. I know. I was there.
Get off my dick. Here you go. Okay, so it's
Never.
2.
Addison
So-
said Mikey was right.
Nate said if you go live, he'll super chat. You're just throwing away money now.
I gotta get ready for this thing tomorrow.
You're
Today.
just throwing away
Yeah,
money
he's
now.
got a big day tomorrow, guys. Let him get ready for that
Today.
tomorrow.
Well, it's today. It's 10 more hours. I have to be there by 12.
How are you getting
Kelly,
there?
you did a 24-hour stream a few days
Are you
ago.
getting there? How are you getting there?
Michael's driving me. So
That's great. Bobby's going to take the wheel and just smash it into a telephone pole as he's driving to teach him.
I'm not that stupid.
Tell him
it's
you're mad
better
at
than
him
what
after he gives you a ride.
it's better than what he used to do to the steering wheel.
Oh, all right, it's getting to be sleepy
Bobby,
time.
I am honored that you took your hiatus and ended it on this show. I appreciate you.
Well, I was waiting patiently to get on.
You're a good guy. I
Oh,
wish
I'm
you
a
well
good guy.
tomorrow. I hope it works out. I hope they find something for you.
Yeah.
I really, truly
Yeah,
do.
me too. Today, it's today, not tomorrow.
Tell him about your burger flipping extraordinaire.
So everybody have fun in Discord.
Tell them that you can valet park cars and leave your signature on the steering wheel.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
Jake
See you
said I was going to sleep an hour ago, and then Bobby happened. Well, Jake, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support tonight. Bobby, any closing words to everyone on your return back to YouTube tonight?
Yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow with my new game. Having the new game on. And also have a good time in Discord. I miss you. Bye. Have a good night. Bye, Nick. Have a good night. I miss Discord.
We miss you, Bobby. You do
Well,
two
get me
shows.
back
Hey,
on
Bobby,
Discord.
you
What?
do 2 shows tomorrow? You're back in.
I'm going to do one show.
All right, then you don't want to be in that bad.
You don't miss Discord.
You don't want to be in that bad. Like, it's not that important.
Got you there. He's gone. Bobby Midnight.
Man, guilt
yeah.
trip and manipulator expert. Expert. And pew, 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 pew. Like, Hawk's right. He can fucking deflect and change the conversation if he's not interested.
Gary, call him. Call him, Gary.
He's an expert at that.
Oh, that was great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun. What did we learn today? There's been times where we get 3, maybe 4. I think tonight, Boomtown's going to have a lot. I think we may be looking at a quintuplet, 5, 6, or maybe even 7. Tonight's going to be a good one.
Sorry, I missed Ricky, but I'm glad.
It was Bobby Midnight, and he said he misses you. It sounds like.
Man.
What a night! And also, Sarah, Nate has to give Jake, not Jake Asman, the other Jake here in the chat, a hand job because we spun the wheel here, and I had NH on there for Nate Handy, and it came out on Nate Handy. So, Hawk, Nate, very big part of our community. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. Kevin said, I learned handies are the best raffle prizes. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Gary, I have no idea how he forced this comment in. I don't know what the problem is, but it was caused by feminism and can likely be solved by the carnivore diet.
Oh, yeah.
Stack, I learned that May has been an epic month for the show. Yes, with this show tonight, this is officially the most viewed month in the Nick Shine Show history. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching the shorts, the lives. You guys are awesome.
So when people ask, what do you think your best month was going to be, did you say it's going to be
May?
Hell yeah.
I will be doing no shows next month because I do not want the jokes that month being celebrated was my best month. Also, Nate will just be hitting refresh for 30 straight days to make sure I get a ton of views.
Yeah.
Few more days.
Ladies and gentlemen, drop your what did we learn, and this way we can end the show.
Yeah,
it's bedtime, bitches.
Yankees are 16-4 in their last 20.
Yeah, they're they're on fire right now.
Heading
And
out to
the
see
nice
Addie's
part,
boys this weekend.
they're winning games without putting up 10 runs. They won 1-0. They
Yeah,
won
twice.
3-2. They're winning the games that make a difference at the end of the year, right? The last couple of years, how many times did we lose? 5-4, right? We had a 4-2 lead. We lost 5-4. These games, even though they're against shitty teams, make a difference at the end of the year.
Hell yeah. And division stage. Just keep building a cushion.
Gary, do it. Do it. Do it. You know it's bad when Nate says somebody is ruthless.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm not putting the comment up, but I will. There we go. Nate, I knew Nate couldn't resist.
It's breaking history, GPM.
Man.
All right. I learned that Gary might not like all content creators. I don't want to say jet content creator, but content creators. Jake, I learned that I should have went to sleep almost 2 hours ago, but Bobby is irresistible. Nice. Jake, thank you for everyone tonight. Let's see. We got Mr. Weed, Jake Asman, Weed the People, David D, Kevin Tattoos, Nate, Jake, Kevin Tattoos, Jake, Ricky New York, and Jake. Thank you for the contributions tonight. I will put them on the wheel. But ladies and gentlemen, buckle the fuck up. It's late. He's probably upset with me, even though he won't say it. That is a 2.5-hour show that started at 11:20 at night. But I asked the most important question of the night. Nate, how fast is your stroke? No, Boomtown. What did you learn?
You're wondering about the collection of the erection?
I wonder what? I missed an opportunity for a joke. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm not Juan Soto. I swing the bat a lot at inappropriate jokes. Like I'm fucking swinging for the fences here, time and time again. But Boomtown, please let everybody know. Here we go. Boomtown. I learned, due to a long-standing beef with Jay, Bobby may be losing ownership of his cat. Nate worries about Big Woodies. It's not Rig Stack. Reefer Sutherland? Kiefer Sutherland.
Hell yeah. Better than. Yeah, hell yeah.
Bonus. Ricky has the ringtone set for his phone. Mr. Loudon is a fan of the New York Jets football team. There's a potential romance blooming in the chat this evening. Double bonus. Jake has a very efficient point to super chat ratio. NH, against all odds, pulled off the wheel upset and forever changed Jake and Nate's future relationship together. Bobby had the runs. Triple bonus. Crispy appears to be excited to sub in and help Nate with his handy pass because he's a great guy, of course. Bobby had to clean the steering wheel after handy time in his car. Quadruple bonus. The Carly rumor is acceptable to Bobby. Bobby's boxing style would likely be considered unorthodox. Charles is one poop away from banishment.
Yep.
I learned that even though he said he was leaving the show and the Discord, Nate couldn't resist. He stuck around, much like the substance that will stick to his hand when him and Jake meet.
Oh, yeah.
And now Jake says, I don't even want the hand job, really, but Nate owes me. You wanted fair and square, Jake, and we will do our best. We will do our best to make sure Nate delivers.
Yeah,
Bobby lets you drive, don't honk the horn.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I did not expect this show to go that long. You guys are awesome. I hope you had fun. This has been a wild week with Jake's show on Monday and then this show tonight. This has been Very, very fun week. This is why Jets fans are the best, because even when we got nothing to talk about, we got each other and we could fucking laugh our asses off for a couple hours. And if not, we could just laugh at Nate and troll him endlessly.
It's a way to close out May.
Before you really close it, did you show that the picture of us at the game? I sent you a special version of it. That
did you send it to me in Discord?
Text, but I can do that.
Can you shoot that to Discord? And I'll put that on right now.
Speaking of NHs, I will shoot that right into your box right now.
Ooh, hey.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
If you missed last night, we have Jeffrey Dahmer, Chiefs fan. Chiefs fan.
Hold on.
And then we have this last night, Clancy.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
That is pretty fucking great. Hold on real quick.
We had a
Yeah,
picture of ourselves at the Jet game. That's me with the gray beard and the glasses. Addison next to me. Nate with his face covered because he's ugly. Hank G next to him. And Jay Quest at the end. And then behind, up above me, is Clancy with Jay Graves.
Split Jay Graves into two people. But
it did. It did. Oh, yeah. Threesome. Oh, yeah. I love two Jay Graveses. That's the original picture.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
And then we've been South Park.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
That's dope. That is really great.
Yeah. That.
Nate, shut up, you fucking furball. Your cousin It. You're laughing at calling me Uncle
Nate's
Fester.
Kenny,
Your
bro.
cousin It, you fucking hairball.
Nate's the Kenny, so he's gonna die. His face gets covered up.
That makes me Cartman.
Oh, you're like White Chef.
Yeah. Suck on my vanilla balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them.
That's wild how similar the picture is. It's crazy.
That's great. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
AI is a hell of a thing.
You got
Addy looking like Kevin Smith. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Enjoy the soothing sounds of Drunk Mikey.
And Nick, I think I trust you more than anybody else right now. But you're my best. You're the nicest guy. Reach out for me. I do appreciate that too. I trust you with all my heart. I love you, buddy. Bye. Thanks.
This got me.
Gentry covered in purple!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.